folio.
A Tarrant folio.
Yeah.
Let's see, this is all very new to me. I've never done this before. So I've gone into text.
Okay.
I don't see shit, John.
Scroll
Roll
up.
up,
What are you on about?
dumbass. Roll up.
Roll up.
Scroll up.
Until you see Netherval FYI.
Yeah, there's going to be 3.
FYI. Okay, got it. I've got Tarrant.
Okay.
I've
So
got to
there's
download, yes?
yeah,
Yes.
there's 3 things you need there. Tarrant, which is your character sheet. Basically, it's a page. There's the weapons folio, which details everybody's weapons. Sorry, it was supposed to be printed out. This was going to be a tabletop. And then the misc.folio, if you want, which just explains a little bit about Cyberpunk. But you've played it before, haven't you?
Yeah, way back. Like, it's been 20 years, so at this
Jesus.
point.
The last time
I'm
I
not going to
played.
be able to consult this long list of shit by myself.
Alright, I need to save this somewhere.
It should just download in your web browser and then save to your downloads.
Yeah, something like that.
Wants to.
Okay, and then guys, you've got I don't know if you've got a bit of a catch over on everybody, but I think I will let people swap if they want to. But
I do. He's Russian.
Hmm?
Well, he's practically Russian, and he's old. And
Do you want all of it printed out?
well, you can take out the picture if you want.
Yeah.
I'll just print it all.
it should all print out pretty well. Okay, but yeah, long story short, game mechanics are pretty simple. In the original game, it was literally your skill plus your stat plus any modifiers plus a d10, and you had to try and get above a certain target number. Now, your most basic of tasks are 10 is required to get over. Moderate tasks, 15, difficult, 20, really difficult, 25, and almost impossible, 30. Oh, who's
Unless
that?
you Batman it.
Richard.
Richard. What's he doing here?
Oh, look.
Take your microphone off, dumbass.
We'll leave it on. That's fine with us too.
Yeah.
Who's,
Okay.
Who's who exactly? Because I know that Peter's Dan and I'm Drix, and I don't know who's Jen or Tarrant.
Okay, well, in that case, what I'll do is I'll let everybody introduce themselves quickly. I assume you've read your folios. You can just give a...
That you assume incorrectly.
Okay. Well, now's a good
You
time
just
to
read it
read
now
it.
while you guys were talking.
Well, now's a good time because there's a little section there that describes you, which is pretty handy that you can use to describe other people.
Yeah, I've just downloaded.
So-
I'm still
I'm
opening.
deformed and emotionally stunted.
You don't have to reveal to everybody else that you're emotionally stunted.
We can tell.
In character already, huh?
He's got problems.
Okay. So yeah, long story short, 2020, well, 20X actually, post semi-apocalyptic future, the corporations control everything. Money is more important than ethics. Cybernetics are a reality. The cops are bought out. Well, the cops aren't bought out, but their superiors are. The politicians are ruled by the media corps. The megacorps basically run the politicians, the government, militaries, etc., etc. And that's the situation you find yourself in. You guys are edge runners. Think mercenaries, but it's just become a way of life now. So it's not that you're actually mercenaries, it's just how people get around these days. Those that don't slot into the corporate, how to say it, salaryman situation. Okay, the basis of this is that you've been contacted by Lenny, who is a fixer. A fixer is a person who can put stuff together. He can put people where they're needed, he can find equipment, drugs, food, whatever. Think a cross between Robin Hood and a mafia don, or a wannabe mafia don. Lenny is neither Robin Hood nor a mafia don. He is probably in above his head right now, but that's never stopped him before.
He's the character from the Boondock Saints, I'm sure.
Yes, very similar to that. Very similar mannerisms and
Funny guy.
yeah, he's
Tell
not
us a joke.
Funny
yeah,
man.
he's-
Tell me a joke, funny man.
Except
joke.
he's a bit more confident than that, although a lot of it's bravado.
Okay.
Anyway, he's contacted you guys because he's got a quick mission. He's got something where he needs bodies fast, and he knows that you guys are available, and he knows that you guys are, the sort of people that he's looking for. So, long story short, it's pretty quick. He needs you guys to get down to a warehouse address as soon as possible. Like now. He tells you a figure. It's 7K. You're going to be driving a truck for a couple of hours. There may be some wet work, but other than that, it's some really, really easy money. Okay. Some of you are desperate. Some of you haven't got anything better to do on a Tuesday night. So, of course, you've come together to the industrial part of Night City. It's night. It's one of those odd nights where it's not raining in Night City. But that being said, it's chill. It's the sort of cold that makes your breath frost and makes your cybernetics ache just a little bit. The area that you're in is corporate industria, so it's clean. The streets are nice and tidy. The curb edges are repaired. There's no marks on the ground or anything like that. When you get up to the industrial parking lot where you're going to be going into, there's definitely a double chain link fence that leads in. There's a guard station. There's a guard who's definitely switched on standing there. He's got a long gun strapped to his side. Definitely not your average Joe plebe. This guy gets paid good money to guard stuff that is really, really important. There's lots of lights all over the chain link fence and into the parking lot, and each of the warehouse subsections are beautifully crescelated in white and blue with, those acronyms like ADK and Sensor and things like that marching along them. Lenny's standing outside there waiting for you guys to arrive, busy smoking a cigarette as he always does, puffing away like crazy, literally greeting you like you're his long-forgotten best friend he's just met again for a long time, and then promptly forgetting you as he sees another face that he has to greet. Once you guys are collected up, though, he then speaks to the guard. The guard, he's been watching this for quite some time, stops, and then actually says, okay, hang on, and then consults a clipboard to actually start looking through names. The odd thing about this is it's actually a clipboard. It's made out of wood, and it's got printed pages on it. This is pretty weird, okay? Because nowadays, who does that shit? I mean, paper? That's expensive. And anyway, a combi pad is just so much better. It's just one of those little details that sticks out, though. Fair enough. He gestures you in, and you guys sort of look around at each other as the group goes through the gate that's opening automatically and then closing behind you. It's at about this point in time that I'm hoping you guys have been ignoring the waffle that I've been going on about and actually read through the folios. And I can now introduce you. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do it in the order that they came onto the sheet on. Okay. So we'll start with Dan. Peter, no pressure, but what the hell is Dan about?
I don't know what to say to that.
I got problems.
I just know my character thinks Dan is green as grass, and he needs looking after.
I'm just gonna paint a completely wrong picture of what that
Danny!
He won.
Hello?
No,
you did
no
finally
hello.
arrive.
No, so when did we decide we're doing it today?
Yesterday.
In the WhatsApp
When?
group, it's Thursday.
Thursdays, but that's like 1 day notice, and I didn't know it was an orientation thing today.
He's got his teacher voice on.
Danny, it's okay. Your excuse is accepted. Are you joining us today or not, though?
I still need to eat some things. I had no idea.
This will just be an introductory, so
At least
you
you're
won't miss
quiet.
much.
Relax, Danny. It's not going to be a train smash. Just go grab your food. And
You're gonna get
come...
so much done. We're gonna get so much done now while you're grabbing your food.
It's just we're just it's just because you've got time zone thingies. That's all.
Yeah,
Just-
it's really not an issue, Danny. Don't stress.
Right,
Okay. So first things first. Peter, I'll hit you with the highlights for Dan as I designed him, basically. Okay. The first thing that everybody notices about him is that he's short. Like, not body modded short, born
You
short.
dwarf.
You know, that's just weird. Okay, because nowadays people will body mod themselves short. They'll body mod themselves big. Heck, they'll turn themselves into ogres or whale wannabes. But yeah, the next thing is he's got weird scars all over him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like not scar tissue, but flesh that's odd and off. Other than that, he's pretty quiet, really intense, dressed really well, and he's got a pretty large case that he carries around with him. I mean, this thing is, if he stood it up, it's taller than he is, type thing. Okay. It's that's the stuff that sticks out straight away. Peter, you want to put any twist on that? It's your character. I'm just introducing it.
No, I don't have anything to add to that right now.
Okay, fair enough. And then, of course, the next is Trix. Shirai, have you even read anything, Trix?
She has.
I am a very old man from
Okay.
all
A
over
very
the
French Russia.
very Frenchy. I'm arrogant to others and I come across as condescending, which I
Oh,
don't.
that should be easy.
Fuck you, fucking. Did I say I'm old? I'm ancient.
Like grumpy.
And I have grayish hair and I have a very bad past that has traumatized me and I don't remember any of it really, but sort of I do.
When she says when she says old, she's talking like cyberpunk old. I mean, he's got to be at least like 38, 40.
Damn it.
You know,
40 plus, yeah.
you know, he's
And
that.
next to it says old.
Yeah, think old wolf though. Okay, you wouldn't write him off as frail or anything like that.
Yes.
More importantly, when you see the kit that he's packing as well, you'd definitely be like, okay, that's not frail, because he's got a backpack that holds some pretty impressive stuff. I mean, you can see the barrels pointing out of it. Definitely stripped down missile launcher, some sort of, I don't know, long range rifle thing. He's got cyber optics. He's got a camo cloak.
I also have cyber arm.
Mhm.
Whatever that is.
It's a metallic arm. It's it's literally a robotic arm. That's
So good, my favorite. Every man needs one of those.
Yeah, doesn't complain, never gets tired.
Just
Jackhammer
malfunctions
action.
and rips your dick off. That's a problem.
Restart my arm.
okay. Who's playing Thea?
I don't think we've got a.
No, it's
That's the
Rob.
leftover.
Is it Rob?
Rob.
Was Rob
No, I've
Thea?
got
or was he?
Tarrant.
Oh, sorry,
got
not Thea.
Tarrant.
Tarrant's the one with two cyber arms. Rob, you're fucked.
Oh, God. So I'm a eunuch, and
No. We'll skip that. Menzies, you're up next. Rue, you want to describe him?
Yeah, Menzies is, if you had to see them in CP, they're probably one of those Rastafarian wannabes. You know, got the dreads, got the scars, got the dog tags hanging around their neck. Other than that, I don't foresee them being, much more descriptive beyond that. Probably blends in a lot with the common trash. But he has managed to develop a reputation of being competent and independent.
You guys probably know Menzies, actually. It's a bit odd that Lenny's managed to get him in on this.
it's grumpy. It's emotional. You don't know. 1 minute he's happy, next minute he's angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Menzies is he's
Reliable.
pretty well
Done
known.
work in most of them.
My
Okay.
character vaguely remembers working with him before, but doesn't remember where or when.
Yeah.
Jen.
Jen, you owe me.
Jen, yeah, Jen's awesome. Jen's a small, compact build kind of girl, shortish brown, red hair, kind of curly, looks like a mess. She's wearing sort of like combat tactical
Where's your
gear.
girl voice?
Hey, I'm talking! Shut up! He looks European, but wearing sunglasses at night. And a rather large backpack.
A unique looking throat.
And a
Jen's
rather shiny throat, yes.
Nick, we're pals.
Are we
As much
pals?
as people like us can be pals, we're
Ye-
pals.
Yeah, it's mutual.
Okay, Tarrant, you're up next. Rob, I hope you sped red.
Yeah, I don't like this guy.
Well, short brown curly hair with brown eyes. Never met a problem he couldn't solve with his fists. A vehicle he couldn't fix or drive, or a good enough reason not to do either. I'm lazy.
You're just reading out loud.
I grew up fast. I grew up tough, and he grew up without blood on his knuckles. I is a nomad, a hard Scrabble survivor. Let's see, what else? Catchphrase: "Fuck you." Do it right, and then I'll stop swearing at you. I'm tall, apparently, as and dual cyber arms, as John mentioned.
Just realized something.
No, he's a
Tarrant.
Torrent.
My character thinks he's a tool and not pleasant company at all.
Well,
Shut up.
rude. Looks
You're
like
not
you off the
supposed
hook.
to be. Yeah, you're not supposed to be saying that. You're supposed to be role playing.
Yeah.
I think you are a tool.
Fuck you, Frenchie.
It's the difference between saying, okay, so I look around for any traps or anything on the walls that might be pressable or anything like that, and saying, I make a perception check. Don't do that,
This
damn
is
it.
why I'm not an actor.
Wee.
This is why I'm role playing instead.
Fair enough. Okay, guys, I am sorry, but the weapon folio is for everybody. So you literally have to just open it and then scroll down to find yourself. Okay. Danny's not here, so I'll just describe there. Although I don't have to. You guys have got pictures of everybody there.
I must admit, my pictures are super dark.
Okay. That's a bit of a pity. They were pretty dark to start with because I had to try and get them sort of into the same setting. Maybe I'll try and load some onto the actual Discord chat. It's not particularly important. Okay. Yeah, Thea, oddly enough, Eastern European as well. So, yeah, I think white, buzz cut, is trim, compact, very neat, and he's got that sort of almost sour expression on his face that you see sometimes in communist or Eastern European blocks. You know, that constantly disapproving of everything.
This is not
Okay.
vodka. This is
Yeah.
vodka.
That being said, he is competent, he's practical, his gear is very well maintained, and all of it is nicely, tightly strapped down, so none of it's getting in the way or anything like that. Yeah. Just so that you guys know your roles, Thea is going to be the guy that can fix everything that is mechanical in nature. So if you run into problems with your guns or your cybernetics or anything like that, he's the one you want to run to. Menzies is the med tech. So if you run into trouble with the fact that you've been shot a few times, try your best to get to him before you bleed out.
Yeah, I'm not coming to you. Sorry.
We'll drag you to them, Rue. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Menzies means Billy.
Yeah. Everybody else is pretty much the muscle. It's your job to make sure that nobody gets to the truck and that the truck gets to where it needs to get to. Okay. That being said, you guys have eyed each other up a bit suspiciously. Some of you have looked at each other and, greeted friendly. You've worked before with each other. A few strange faces, like, Dan is just completely singled out by himself. Obviously, he's on his own. Nobody knows him. But everybody else is either worked with, or knows of everybody else that you're working with. When you get up to the actual warehouse, the door cranks open. You step into one of those warehouses that looks like it should have actually been a conference center. We're talking a good 300 meters worth of beautifully level concrete that has been painted with that white glossy paint that's really easy to just muck everything off, but means that the entire warehouse sort of glows from floor upwards. Steel aluminium beams that cross over it, a darkened white roof with lights that hang down, and it's a good 300 meters deep by about 200 meters across. There are beams that go up to the ceiling, which blocks it off into various areas, otherwise they collapse. So it doesn't have that sort of like Gothic cathedral feel to it, but it's definitely an impressive amount of open space that you guys are not used to. Night City, space is at a premium. This thing must cost thousands, hundreds of thousands of credits just to keep open like. It's currently occupied by a number of vehicles. It's hard to decide what to look at first. The first, of course, is the truck. I mean, it's beautiful. It's gleaming. It's bright, bright red. It's huge, and it's dominating the area quite nicely. It's currently being hitched to a trailer, which looks as though it's had some pretty bad experiences. For example, some guy's busy peeling a decal over what looks like bullet holes, well, not bullet holes, bullet marks on the armored exterior of the actual trailer. There's a commercial sedan, and it's just sitting there, parked as if it was done at an angle. There's a corp with his jacket over one hand and his shirt tails hanging out, busy, well, you can only say using. I mean, he's using a hose pipe, and he's busy using the hose pipe to wash blood out of the actual car itself. The front windscreen has been totally and utterly shot up, and there's some bullet pock marks in the sides as well. Again, it's clearly armored, but it's clearly been through the something that needed all of that armor. There is a second truck. It's a Peterbilt. It's just a horse, and it's parked off in the corner, and it looks like it's been through hell as well. More importantly, it's completely and utterly ignored. And then lastly, off behind the horse trailer, you can see as you walk up, there's another section where there's a whole bunch of tables, and then a whole bunch of those curtains that block off and make a, what to say, an emergency medical ward. Okay, from within there, you can hear a sound that's like, it's almost as if somebody's trying to scream, but they've got something blocking their throat, whether it's somebody's hands or a gag, something like that. But somebody is not happy. It's the sort of like, oh my God, I'm actually in a lot of pain here, not happy. And as you're looking at this, you see that the curtains part, and a guy dressed in a medical orderly suit steps out. You know, he's got the face shield and the blue gown and everything like that. Okay, he's carrying a cyber arm, still got gobbets of blood dripping off the other end, and a sort of like dazed look on his face as he looks around and goes over to a series of medical waste bins that have been set up haphazardly next to the fence, the curtains. And he sort of like looks and then just puts one into it and then walks away. And as he turns away, you can see the arm just sticking out of this bin that is clearly labeled organic waste only. There's a lot of activity around those tables. There's a guy that seems to be in charge, and he's busy, you know, making phone calls, telling people what to do, that, the other thing. Lenny makes a beeline straight for him, and the rest of you are just like stuck in awe, middle of this great big white wasteland with not really much to do. Before I get into anything else, anybody say anything? Be unique in any way?
Stick by me, Dan. I would look after you. Little guy.
Fair enough.
Big Russian Pat.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, that's about it. Lenny talks to this guy, and you can clearly see that this guy is a little bit, you know, irritated, but definitely taking the time to actually point out, you know, I'm the big boss here. So he makes him wait, does the whole, you know, hang on with the hand thing first, okay? And then talks to Lenny for a little bit, then comes over to you guys and says, you know, I'm Kerwick and I'm in charge here. Simple. That truck needs to get to the San Monopolis, and it needs to get there before tomorrow morning. You guys are going to make sure that it happens. It's going to be quick. It's It's going to be smooth. Anybody comes in our way, you're going to take them out. Anybody got a problem with that? You got a problem with me, and I will take you out so fast you won't even know it's coming. Are we clear?
Fuck you.
And the pay's making it worth this.
It's at about this point in time that, yes, Tarrant needs to make an ep check.
Ah, Jesus.
Fair enough. Okay. So essentially, in this case, what you need to do is you need to roll a d10. You need to get under your cool.
What's your
You have to-
cool? That should be low. Because he's a meathead.
I'm a hothead.
Okay. Now, considering that this is just the start, that normal -2 penalty social interactions, I'll let you get away with. So it's just your.
Oops, you broke.
Sorry,
Broke away
you're
there.
cutting out, John.
Were we all doing it or just Rob?
Yeah,
Just Rob.
The idiot.
Just Rob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob's
I
smart,
can't
he's
fight
perceptive.
Yeah. So basically, Rob's got a bit of
You
a.
stuck Rob with the character that everybody hates in the freaking hero movies. Shut up.
The one that gets dice first in a horror thriller slasher.
I want to say that Tarrant is the anti-hero, but let's be honest, you're all anti-heroes.
We don't want to. Some of us don't want to be heroes. We're just here for the money. The money, John.
Pretty much.
I rolled a 3.
3 and
I
you managed.
actually don't understand
And
Hmm?
the good news is that is definitely under my cool.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Easy money.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Peter, you said?
You're
I
desperate.
don't really understand on my guys yet. I mean, because it's not like I need the money.
Hmm?
So I guess
Oh,
Read the book.
really?
Read the portfolio.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Peter,
I
read.
thought
Whatever's
I
in that
obviously have
briefcase.
something to prove.
It's no, Rob. It's not a briefcase. It's his own personal coffin.
Yeah. Peter,
yeah.
do yourself a favor and read through the portfolio. It does give you a
I've
little bit
read
more
the whole
insight.
backstory. What are you
Okay.
talking about?
So he's not here for the money. He's here for experience.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, you
So-
got something to prove. What I said, Shorty.
So he's, yeah. Anyway, so Tarrant manages to bite his tongue, which is not unusual because he knows he needs the money. More importantly, you probably find he's a little distracted because he really wants to get into that truck. So it's like, yeah, whatever, Kerwick, whatever. It's not a problem. Okay. Long story short, you guys are going to be driving the truck through. You will be picking up another 2 cars as escorts. They're just going to be basic muscle. One's going to be a fast pursuit car, which is basically going to be in front of you guys. The other's going to be a SUV with some basic muckleheads in it. That's going to be traveling behind you, just to be anything else. Your job, however, is to be on the truck itself. It's not as hard as it sounds, and it's a little bit cooler than you might think it is. Because, first of all, the truck itself is, like I say, huge. I mean, it's got a toilet and a shower in it. It's got space to lie down and sleep. It's got a little mini kitchenette. It's got an entertainment area. So it is, you could definitely have about 4 or 5 people in the truck itself at any given time without any trouble at all. Problem is that 2 of those spaces are going to be occupied straight away. Link and Stripe. Okay, so Stripe is the driver. He's going to be driving the truck. And Link is the guy who's going to be running comms, as well as navigation, any map, things like that.
So no swimming pool.
No swimming pool, unfortunately.
Disappointed.
Yes.
Okay.
If you really, really wanted to, you could probably get one onto the back of the truck. Okay.
Interesting.
The truck itself, sorry, not the truck, the wagon, is a combi wagon. It's one of those semi-legal. You can use it in the city, but all of the weapon pods on the top have to be disabled while it's in the city. Yep, it's got weapon pods on the top. It's got 2 independently mounted anti-aircraft missiles, missile pods, rather, with their own radar, of course, and it's also got a short-ranged minigun on top as well, again, with its own independent radar. There is enough space between those for anybody to get up there if they want, as well as a little guardrail that will only deploy after the truck has left the city limits. I mean, it's literally 1.5 feet high. It's just to stop you from falling over, big enough to trip you. The sides of the truck are armored, okay, and quite nicely so. But more importantly, it's also got a small gantry-way that, when the truck is in the city, is compressed against the sides of the truck. But once it gets onto the open road, it can roll down so that you've got basically a meter worth of
Walkway.
space way around the truck with a meter's worth of armor that is forming the edge of that walkway. So the truck basically gets 2 meters wider, meter on each side, with a little link up across the back. The downside is the link up across the back where the doors are is unfortunately only about 0.5 meter high due to the way that the whole thing folds down. Those have to clip around, so it can't be as high. So yeah, the truck itself, I mean, it's a good 8-9 meters long. So there's plenty of space on the sides for it. You could lie down, you could lie on the top of the truck. There really isn't a problem with space on the truck itself. Getting into the wagon, unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult situation if you really, really wanted to, because as you guys start setting up, you notice that a welding crew moves in and literally starts welding the back of the truck shut. We're not talking they weld the hinge up the middle. They carry on doing that, and then they start welding outside as well, and going across the top, down the sides, and then across the bottom. They definitely want to make sure nobody gets in there. Right.
Do we have access to that from the inside, from the front, or only from the back?
Only from the back. There is no access inside the truck.
Completely sealed. Okay.
Yeah. The horse and the wagon are completely separate units. They are linked. The wagon itself has got deployable front wheels and can drive itself for a little bit. It's got a very, very basic AI, though. It's primarily to help with parking and driving it around and stuff like that. But once it's connected to the truck, it's totally subservient to the truck.
Right.
But I mean, if you really wanted to, you could disconnect the truck. It would probably be able to drive itself for a couple of kilometers before something went wrong with the AI. And it ended up crashing or taking a left or whatever. But yeah, there's no way to get into it from the truck itself, only from those rear doors, which are now being welded. Right, that's it. Other than that, Kerwick doesn't give a damn how you guys are actually going to be setting up there, okay? How do you guys want to set up? What do you want to do?
I'll take in the main cabin.
Makes sense. You're the med tech, you'll need space to work, and there is a fold-out table that you can use.
And it's also the most bodies. And the biggest target. And
I call shotgun.
Okay, so you want to be in the cabin as well.
I like to be in the front.
Not a problem at all. Yeah, anybody else?
I'm driving.
I don't know if there's a mounted gun. That's where I want to be.
There is a mounted gun, but it's not man usable.
It's still folded up.
It's folded up, and more importantly, it's controlled from within the truck itself.
Okay.
Remember, it's the 2 anti-aircraft points and that little minigun. And by the way, it's a .50, not .50. It's a 5mm minigun. So it's not, it's used
It's
to
like a
clear
BB
people
gun.
away from the.
It's not a 50
truck.
cal, Rob.
It's not a 50 cal. It's basically used to clear people away from. Oh, and those anti-aircraft. It's not like 300-kilometer Tomahawk anti-aircrafts. It's like 800-meter, just to make sure if there's a helicopter trying to land on the back of the truck, type thing.
Are those operated by hand or by Link? Okay.
Yeah, Link in the truck itself will be operating those. The truck has got its own AI as well.
Okay.
So it will try and, obviously, it's got certain criteria which will automatically start, but Link is the one who ultimately controls that, whoever is sitting at the station. It's the same with Stripe. Stripe is driving. He's employed to drive. No one else will drive, but there are 2 backup drivers just in case anything happens to him.
Click, click.
Okay.
we're going on a Sunday drive, boys.
Yeah. Matter of interest, everybody can fit into the horse. Okay, it's just going to be a bit of a squash. So if you do elect to go onto the truck, you don't have to stay there. You just have to be ready to get there when shit starts going down. So it's just that they know where everybody is going to be. Okay, so far we've got Menzies in the truck, we've got Jen in the truck, and then we've got Drix in the truck, definitely. Okay, so Dan, Tarrant,
What are the other options aside for in the truck?
on the wagon, on the top of the wagon, or on the sides
On the top of the wagon. I've
So
decided.
you can sit up there and get drunk and wave your gross-legged people.
I want to be as far away from the Frenchie as possible.
She is next to you. Oh, he's next to you.
French. Which one's French?
They're calling you friend.
I'm Russian.
You're the.
I made a mistaken accent before. That's all.
No, Rob, it's cool. It's cool. He's a Russian. He's probably got alcohol in him. It's fine. It's good. It's good.
Yes.
All right, I'm hanging out with the drinker.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. Drix's actual name is Jonathan Gustav Ebert Drexler.
Yeah,
So,
it's fucking Russian.
You don't get French out of that.
Well, if you move the letters around, you could spell French.
I think if a French
Okay.
person tried to pronounce that name, they'd probably have a connection.
Jonathan Gustav Ebri. Actually, no, they'd probably leave some letters out. Probably be
That's
like
what they do.
John Gus. Okay, so this is, like I say, just to know where you guys are going to when shit starts going down.
Yeah.
You can all ride in the truck itself. There is a little gangway which leads from the truck onto the walkways, with a tiny, tiny little ladder that gets you to the top of the truck, and then it's literally a case of just step over, and you're actually on the top of the truck. Downside, like I say, is that the way will not be deployed while you're in the city, and the top of the truck won't have that guardrail while you're on top of it. If you're lying down on the top of the truck, that guardrail is enough to stop you from rolling over, and there's enough space for you to get through it if needed. But if you're standing up, you're taking a bit of a chance. Definitely suggest kneeling or sitting.
Yes, look, I don't want to be cooped up with the plebs. I want to be out and about, and I want to be surveilling the territory from outside. So that's
Which makes sense.
You probably can't even see 5 meters in front of
Big a
you.
word for you. That's a big word for you.
No. That's pretty cool. Just as long as you guys know roughly what's going to be. Okay, so a few moments after this, everybody's got themselves sorted out, and everybody's sitting where they need to be sitting. Man, this truck is nice, by the way. You're a little bit cramped. It's not too bad, but I mean, all of you can fit inside. It's got a TV screen. You can make coffee if you wanted. Heck, the fridge is fully stocked. Anybody hungry? Want a cup of coffee? Anything like that?
Sounds good.
It's there. Okay. Like I say, everybody's got their stuff kind of like parked off as best they can. There's tog bags in the corner. Dan's case is leaning up against the. It's a little bit in the way. There's guns that are just on people's laps. So it's not that bad, but you're a little bit squashed. Okay, but it's okay. It's nice. I mean, this thing's got internal heating.
John,
Yep.
What TV channels do we get?
Peter?
So I don't know how these drones work. Can I use them from in the truck?
Yes.
Okay.
Sweet.
So maybe I'll do that. I'll have some setup where I can look up use my drones to
Not a problem.
scout.
Spy on chicks in bikinis.
You can definitely do that. Right now would not be a good time. There's too many bodies in the truck itself. But once everybody's cleared out, you'll
On
have
the road.
space. You might end up having to fight with Menzies for a little bit of table space, but it's definitely doable. Okay. So like I say, you guys you're looking good. I mean, heck, there's a soda. Everybody's having a drink or coffee. There's a packet of chips, whatever. And then Kerwick arrives. And he's like,
Fucking
right,
Kermit.
shove up, everyone. I'm here. And he's sitting in front on one of the nice 2 seats that are available for that, which means that now everybody's just that little bit more squashed together. It's like, fuck.
We don't need him in the car. We can
Yeah.
put him on the side
This is,
in pieces.
it's just a
Strap
case of
him to the outside.
too many metal elbows and gun holsters that are digging into somebody's side.
Do you guys think, this reminds me of that really classic movie from the 90s or the 2000s, you know, Mad Max Fury Road. You know where they tie the guy to the front of the vehicle and go really fast?
Mhm. Nevertheless, okay, well, Stripe
It's
fires up.
true that Kerwick has a permanent hard-on.
Some-
For the coal plan.
Right.
Too much pressure on the goal.
Maybe he likes the idea of all of these guys in leather and metal crammed together in a small space. Okay, well, Stripe fires up the engine with a, you know, that whine of a plasma fusion engine kicking in. And yeah, you can just feel that thrum starts shaking through the body of the truck. It's definitely power and lots of it applied very well. For all that you don't know him, he definitely knows how to handle a truck, and he pulls out smoothly. The doors of the warehouse open up in concert with this, and he drives out nicely. The suspension on this thing has got to be beautiful because you don't feel anything. It's like you're floating on a nuclear-powered cloud.
Nice. If I had balls, they'd probably be glowing about now.
It's just swish. You know, it's comfy. You've got this feeling of being, well, let's rephrase it, a nuclear-powered armored cloud. You just feel on top of the world. I mean, it's tall, it's looking down, and you drive through the gates that are opening up, and you're into that Industria. There's a couple of other trucks, and they're obviously looking around jealously at you as you take off, heading out, and within about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 minutes, yeah, you're in Night City downtown traffic.
Ugh.
It's
Deploy
about two.
deploy the ramp, the scoop.
There's the blade at the front.
Maximum
Okay.
ramming speed.
Fortunately, it doesn't work that way.
Damn.
But Link is.
John,
Yeah.
I said downtown sounds like someplace I have to make a cool save.
Possibly. That being said, yeah,
Freaking out, man! I'm freaking out.
definitely. In that case, yeah, let's do a cool save just to
Yeah,
make sure.
something's
we
up with
can-
the Russian guys. I think there was something in that vodka. I don't know what's going on.
Let's
She's
find
all
out.
paranoid all of a sudden.
I do not like this place. I don't know. What do I roll?
Roll d10 under your.
Man, I have gum wrappers all over my keyboard.
Are they stuck to your keyboard?
No, they're just littering it.
Ah, okay.
7.
What's your cool?
Oh, fuck.
Look at your character sheet. Try. You can do it.
Cool. Where the fuck is cool?
Over here.
Probably-
What after your cybernetics?
Probably page 4, give or take.
I only have 3 pages.
Really? Oh.
No, it is only 3 pages.
Or at least printed out it is.
Your cool will be there. It's on page 2, probably. Yours is quite different from mine.
I have a set of clothes and underwear and socks.
That's not helpful.
What's
And
your
I've got a 7. I've got a 7. Cool 7.
Okay, cool 7. So you're nervous, you're not happy, but you don't suffer any penalties while you're in the city. Remember, that's basically for just being around people, being around stuff. Once you get onto the open road, you'll probably be okay. Okay.
Pass the vodka.
Link is already tied in to the traffic network. He's listening to the police chatter. He's listening to radios. He's got an AI that's busy sorting text message services and overlays of the grid of the city and the traffic maps and whatnot. He's clearly looking for trouble and also looking for a way out. From the conversations between him and Stripe, you guys very quickly figure out that there isn't a set route that the guys are going to be taking to San Monopolis. It is definitely up to them, and more importantly, they can change it at the drop of a hat. This is clearly a security protocol or something, so that nobody else knows where the truck is, nobody knows where it's going or when it's going to be. A little while after you guys have gotten into traffic, it started speeding up a little bit. So you're moving at a good 10 kilometers an hour, and Stripe reckons that you'll be out onto the freeway interchange within 10 minutes or so. when Stripe looks up and goes, hey, well, we got something here. There's something happening on the A5 interchange overpass. We're going underneath that, and there's an accident on top. Traffic stopped both ways, but I'm not liking the patterns I'm seeing here. That's looking like an ambush. This, of course, gets everybody's attention.
Click, click.
Yeah, so essentially Link thinks that there's an ambush coming up, and he thinks that now's a good time for people to deploy or get themselves sorted out. You can tell that he's a little bit nervous about this because the chase car, the chase SUV, and the pursuit car that was supposed to join you guys hasn't quite caught up with you yet. So you're So how you guys want to do this? Essentially, you're going to be traveling on what would really be a freeway, but is currently more of a slow way, and you're going to be going under an overpass, which crosses over this. It's a city, so there's no big spaces on the other side. It's an embankment. Yeah, and that's about it. You're literally going to have an approach. You're going to have to go underneath it. You're going to have to go away, and if there is somebody setting out an ambush up of it, you'll probably be having people coming in from the sides as well. Who wants to do it? We'll do this in order, actually. Probably make more sense.
Cool.
So let's go with it first. Dan, do you want to set up anything, or do you want to just stay in the truck?
Can I set up my drone thing, or is that still not suitable for this area?
The drones can be set up whenever you want. The issue is unfolding the case and using the CPU in it. You really don't have space while everybody's in the truck with you.
You may want to maybe climb out on top or something and deploy from there.
Climb out on top, deploy from there, alternatively kick people out.
Ah, well, that's an option.
Okay.
Do you want to take a bit of time to think about it?
Well, I mean, I'm just not sure what makes more sense.
Which is entirely in character with Dan. He's never done this before, so he doesn't know which will work best. We'll skip it for a little while. Move on. Drix, you want to move out, stay in the cab, wind down a window, go on the back? What?
Well, surely if this is an ambush, we don't want anything super obvious so that they'll think that they're ambushing us successfully.
True. Remember that there are 3 weapon pods on the top of the truck that you can quite easily hide behind. Pardon me.
Yeah, so spread out, pretend, and wait for the ambush to happen, then we ambush the ambush. I like it.
It's an
And I'll
option.
patch this up.
I'll stay. Sorry, I'll wait for my turn.
Okay, so we'll move on
Well,
past
can't
Drix.
Nick try to seduce them? Nick, seduce those guys.
I can't even see them yet.
From the moving trucks, right?
Yes. Pretend
Just
you're
flash
like a
them.
live deco or something.
Don't show some leg. I can't
Get out
reattach
on
it.
top of the truck and go, "Yeah."
Hey, if I show any leg, it means I have to take my armor off.
Exactly. I think that's seductive for this time period. Ooh,
Fair
go
point.
without their armor.
You stand a better chance of seducing them than I do.
Okay, so tell you what then, Menzies, I take it you're going to stay in the truck.
I'm going to remain inside.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is there
Pussy.
the doors that
Okay, so
come in
roll
and out of
out
the
of
cab?
truck, which is
Sorry.
good.
Didn't hear you,
So
Roo?
I'm assuming that there's a set amount of ingresses and egresses from the cab, right?
Quite correct. There are 2 doors, one on either side, obviously. There is also a skylight door that you can get through. Each of those doors are fairly large, though. So, I mean, open the doors, and more importantly, when the doors are open, the driver sits in a sort of a secluded pocket in front of those doors.
Okay.
Okay. But the doors themselves, you can open them halfway, and then you'll step up a tiny little gangway, which leads back to the horse. Other than that, each of the doors have got 2 windows. It's one window with 2 sections. So you can actually wind down either of those. Somebody who is sitting in the chair, like Link or Kerwick, has got control of the first window. Somebody who's behind that chair has got control of the second. It's about 1.5 feet worth of window for each of them. So I mean, together they'd be a big window, but individually they wouldn't. It is armor glass, of course, and you don't have to wind it down all the way. There are 2 other windows in the crew pit, for want of a better term. They're small as well, about 1.5 feet. And more importantly, they've also got little pop-out panels that you don't actually have to open the window. You've just got a panel that you pop out, you can stick a gun through, and then you've got all of this section of window that you can still look through to aim the gun around with.
Does that also apply to the passenger side?
That's both.
Both, okay.
So,
All right.
in other words, there are 6 access points to shoot a gun out through those windows, 3 on each side. There are 2 doors, 1 on each side, and there is a skylight hatch, for want of a better term, that you can pop open, and you could shoot out of that if you wanted to, although it's supposed to be used to get up to the truck itself.
Yeah, I'm just more interested if I could find a point where I can cover as many entrance points as possible.
Not
Back
really.
myself into a corner basically and aim for 2 or 3 of the entrances.
He shot me in the leg.
Anywhere from within the crew
Medic.
pit. Yeah.
It's a bullet
The
to the
medic's the
leg.
one who shot
Shut
you.
up.
Let's put it this way: anywhere from within the crew pit, you can cover both of those doors as they open. And that's very easy to do.
Skylight.
Yeah, you'd basically just have to back up to the skylight. The little ladder that leads up to the skylight's back against the wall. So you'd have to be
Okay.
basically prop yourself up against the coffee machine. It's
So
doable.
that sounds promising to me because that probably would be the most likely entry point in my noggin.
Fair
And
enough.
I would also like to just make sure that of the 2 clips I have, I'm going to be loading the 9mm caseless and the acid glass.
Nice. Fair enough. Okay, Jen, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm going to sit by the... stay exactly where I am. Just prep the Glock and just play it cool.
Fair enough.
Nice and calm.
I'm going to have you make a combat sense check.
Oh, goody. All right.
Difficulty 15.
Oh, that sounds almost hard. Wait, I've got the wrong thing open. No, that's why I can't find it. Hang on a second. No, that's the wrong one too. Jen. Right. Awareness skill. Okay, so... Oh, alright. That should be doable. A D10,
Hey,
right?
Danny. It's the D10.
Right, start from the beginning. What are we doing?
Danny, you're playing Thea. The folio is in the text folder. Go take a check. You're basically the techie. You need to fix up weapons, armor, possibly trucks.
Okay.
We've just been on.
Not the truck bit.
We've just been on the road for a little bit, and we're going over overpass. And one of the NPCs have just
No,
mentioned.
start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. Come on.
We have. That's it. That's literally
No.
it.
What are the orientations and things that I conveniently miss?
I can do a quick rehash. This
Okay,
won't take
go
long.
for it. Okay, go for it.
Okay, so Lenny is a fixer. He's called you to escort a truck. When you get to the warehouse, there is clearly something that has gone with the original team. You guys are obviously the beta or the backup team that's been called in at short notice to try and get the truck to where it's supposed to be. Okay. You're traveling in a truck. It's a nuclear powered truck, believe it or not. It's huge. It's got enough space for a good 8, 9 people in it, although it's a little bit cramped. It's got a shower, it's got a toilet, it's got a kitchenette, a coffee machine, a snack bar, works. And you've just gotten into night city traffic. You're about to get to the freeway. You're about 10 minutes out when Link, who is your comms guy and general all-round eyes, thinks he's picked up under the overpass. There's been an accident, but it looks like a staged accident. And the way that the traffic is set up, he thinks that somebody is trying to set up an ambush over there. So everybody is busy getting ready to do what they need to do. So far, the consensus seems to have been to stay in the truck. Nick, did you roll your dice?
Yes, I got a 17 in total.
Fair enough. A little bug goes off in your head. If you're in the front of the truck, that means that as the truck approaches, your angle of fire, your lines of sight, gradually get smaller and smaller.
Yes.
When the truck goes under the bridge, your angles disappear completely.
Okay.
If you were at the back of the wagon...
I was going to
have-
recommend somebody else to go to the back, actually.
Fair enough. In that case, if you're not going to do it yourself, it'd be a very good idea to hit somebody, or at least a decent ranged SMG or something like that to sit at the back behind one of those mission pods just to cover your asses.
I would probably recommend Drex because he's already sort of on the back. Or in the thing.
Okay, quick question. Do I have quick question? Do I have to play the dude?
You do. See,
I don't want to be a dude.
Yeah, I'm a dudette, so yeah.
I'm a
That's
dude.
racist.
I'm a cool dude.
I don't want to be a dude. Can I change it to a girl?
It's called role-playing, Danny.
Now I want to be a
No.
girl.
Hey, wait.
Holy cow! Jeez.
I'm sorry. Had I known about this, I could have told you in the beginning. But yeah, no.
No, fair
I
enough.
completely not tell people about it.
You could be.
Oh
you-
God, we
you-
got a progressive feminist with blue head feminazi. Here we go.
Danny, you either
Here we go.
you either play a dude, or you play an it.
To be honest, it wouldn't actually make much of a difference because Andre Thayer could quite easily become Andy Thayer.
She's transitioning.
Yes, she's going through a phase, Danny. She's going through a phase.
No. It's quite easy to do. I mean, if Danny's not comfortable playing a guy, not a problem. Although, mental note for when we play Deathwatch.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Because there you're playing a manly man with manly men in space.
You know what? I'm doing this to piss you guys off. You know that, right?
You
No.
dead named Danny,
Chief, don't
John.
worry.
What?
You dead named Danny.
Oh, I did.
And you
did.
misgendered her. And you consumed her gender and all of the nonsense
I'm very offended.
that
Yeah.
people would really care about during this period of time.
Long story short,
Thank you, Shirai. You understand.
there's a folio called Thayer.folio, which explains a lot about your character and who and what he is. Just change all of the pronouns if you really, really want to.
But you got to type them out yourself, though. You got to edit them yourself, Danny.
Oh, that's fine. You know, find and replace, right?
Yeah.
Should have done it in PDF, John.
Okay.
Can't do that with your genitalia.
Too late. Too late.
So, Jen, in that case, if you're not going to go to the back of the truck yourself, who are you going to point out should go to the back of the truck?
I already mentioned that Drex probably
Right.
would be a good tail gunner.
I disagree. I think what's the stupid idiot guy? He should go in the back so that none of the people see him and get
I think you're
suspicious.
talking about Torrent.
Yeah, Tarrant. I'm talking about Tarrant. He should go at the back so that he doesn't piss them off.
Well,
anymore.
I kind of understand that you
Torrent,
do have a.
discuss.
Oh dear.
Fuck you. I don't take orders from some rushy commie. who's-
There is extra vodka in the back.
I can be bribed, though. And what you say does make sense. So, but it was my decision.
So,
Just
fair
totally
enough.
not bottles filled with my piss.
John?
Menzies.
Yeah, I forgot to mention I'd like to just pop my cheer boost because I forget it's force activates, not permanently.
Remember that it's 1 round activation, so you can do that whenever you want. Just-
Okay, if they've both been pissy, then I'll climb out. It's fine.
Okay, fair enough. So Jen decides that she's going to climb out, back
then-
up the hatch.
Yeah, but then Drex should move into my seat then.
Okay, not a problem. Drax?
Drex
Discuss.
has just gone to the kitchen quickly.
Fair enough. Well, we'll move on to the last person on this then, Thayer. That's you, Danny. Long story short, we're deciding where to be in the truck. So far, there are 6 fire points, basically. Unfortunately, 2 of them are occupied, one by Link, one by Kerwick. Link is not going to wind down his window, is going to stay on his computer doing what he does. Kerwick has already wound down his window. So then there's 1 point directly behind Kerwick, 1 point directly behind Link, and then there's 2 other access points in the crew pit of the truck itself. And then, of course, there's the hatch, which Jen has just opened, probably left open, as she gets up to go to the back of the truck. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Remember that effectively you're a support character, so you don't have to be in the front line of the front.
Correct, wind up the fucking window.
Where's going to be the best place in terms of being a techie? I've never played Techie before.
Anywhere. Basically, if
Put me
somebody
anywhere
needs
then.
help-
I don't care. Put me anywhere.
Yeah, she's not paying attention. She's busy on Twitter bitching about men.
I'm bitching about you guys. Actually,
He's
Fair enough.
canceling someone.
Okay.
Yes.
get it right, Rob. Jeez.
Okay, so back to how we go then. So, Jen, you're going to the back of the truck. Menzies, you're in the truck.
Yep.
Tarrant, there.
I'm on the look. I'm on top, I believe. I'm in a position where I'm behind something, so that if like bullets start flying, I've got some cover,
Not a problem.
and I'm
There are-
making sure that the weapons I'm carrying are loaded.
Definitely. There are three. How to say it? There are three weapon pods on top. There's an anti-aircraft one at the front. There's an anti-aircraft one at the back. And there's the minigun one in the middle. Currently, they're all locked down tight. Sorry, Nick.
Sorry, I was about to say, if Torrent is joining me up top.
Yeah, apparently
Okay, cool.
so.
All right, nice. All right.
Okay. They're all locked down while you're in city limits because it's illegal to deploy them. They can be overridden if Link thinks so. But I mean, if the cops get hold of that, then he's got some explaining to do, and etc. etc.
Got some explaining to do.
The nice thing about that, of course, is that they're also part of the armored exoshell of the actual wagon, so they do provide quite a nice bit of cover. The downside is that they're nice and smooth and round, and so they don't provide much grip. That being said, of course, the top of the truck is, you know, that sort of rubberized, hard rubberized with the holes in it, so that your feet have got lots of grip space. That's what the entire top of the truck is covered in. So it's, you know, you can grip there. You're not going to go sliding around. It's not a smooth top of a truck like you see in the movies.
I
Okay.
actually really want this truck.
It is a great truck.
Everybody does.
Doesn't have a swimming pool though. Disappointed.
Space
Little
for
bit of-
jacuzzi.
Tiny bit of time with a welding tool and you can solve that problem.
I think the spot where Kerwick is sitting would make a perfect place for a jacuzzi.
Okay. Drix and Thea, I need to know where you guys are in the truck specifically. The available spots are behind Kerwick, behind Link, at one of the 2 points in the crew cockpit, or in the hatch.
I'm driving. I thought I was behind the wheel.
You're not driving.
No, Stripe is driving.
No,
Yeah,
nowhere
Stripe.
near the wheel.
They do not trust you to drive.
We're the
Stripe
B
is-
team.
Simon Nick was sitting next to me.
No.
I was sitting next to the driver, Shirai. The driver.
Tom said Stripe was driving.
Oh, fuck. Then I have no idea where I am.
Probably sitting behind him, pretending to be driving. You're making sounds like
think you're shotgun now.
Yeah, someone gave her like a rubber wheel, and she's pretending like it's the steering wheel.
I'm a he. Don't misgender me. I'm a
Just
big, awesome dude.
Just so that you guys know, there is no shotgun to the driver. The driver sits in the middle of the truck. pretty
Ah,
much.
okay.
So my apologies if I didn't make that clear.
Okay.
He's pretty much elevated and has got a beautiful sight of the road. And then Kerwick and Link are
Sitting
behind
duck.
him.
Oh, right. So they co-pilot behind him. Okay.
Yeah, behind him. So Link has got a little console that he's busy using to do everything with. Kerwick's also got a console, but of course he's not using it. He's just
So-
there.
So, John, the thing is, I'm not very strategic. So I'd have to say my character's prime thing is surviving. So I'd
Yeah.
be wherever someone would stand to give themselves the best chance of surviving.
Okay.
Down the road, around the corner.
To be honest, Ben,
On a different truck.
Yeah, we chuck her off the truck. Leave her behind.
to be honest, then the best place possibly would be in one of the crew cockpit area spaces, because those windows are quite cool. They've got pop-outs that you can stick a gun through, but then they've got a large glassed section around the pop-out that you can still see what you're looking at, and of course that glass is nicely armed. It's a
Okay,
small
I'm going to
target.
go stick something in that pop-out.
So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Okay?
Yeah.
My guy is gonna look for a place where he can set up his drones.
To be honest, so basically you and
I'm good.
Menzies,
Me and what about Menzies?
So Menzies is backed in the corner next to the coffee machine. Okay, he's making sure that he can cover the hatch basically by tilting his gun up, and both doors by just literally moving his gun an inch or two to the left or the right. You can basically sit at the table and unfold your case, and then just start working on that CPU right there if you want. You will of course need to open one of the windows just to launch the drone through, or alternatively get it through the hatch, depending on what Thea does.
John, is there a secondary driving console or port?
There isn't. That being said, there are plenty of link-in places within here that could get you access to the driver's, not seat, but you could start driving the truck from anywhere within the truck.
Cool.
Okay. Remember, of course, those are properly locked out right now. So it's not going to be a
the
case
truck
of...
does have an AI, so it should be fine. But
It's not a case of...
Plan C.
Yeah, it's not a case of jack in and start driving. It's a case of jack in, start hacking. Eventually, you'll be able to drive. Okay. Right. Okay. So I know
There's
where.
something awesome in this truck here. Sorry.
Do you want to find out?
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, as it stands right now, there's nobody who is watching the left-hand side. So, Trix, that's where you're going to be?
Is there a place I can put my dingus?
Yes, in the crew cockpit. The crew pit, sorry.
Then that's where I'll be.
Okay. And then, Danny, it's all up to you. There really
What is my dingus? Do I know? I haven't looked at the weapon thing.
Okay, so right now we've got Kerwick facing right, Drix facing left, Dan's in the middle, launching his drones, Menzies in the back, just waiting to cover, and then Jen and Tarrant are on top of the truck. Jen's at the very back. Tarrant is either in the front or the middle, I'm not sure.
I'll take the front.
Not a
Sorry,
problem.
to ask
I'll take the back.
quick question. The rail is already deployed. I can hook my foot under it, right?
It's not deployed. It's not allowed to be deployed. But that being said...
the rail. Sorry, the upper rail on the roof.
Yeah, it's not deployed. It's not allowed to be deployed, which is a bit silly if you think about it. If you really, really wanted to, Link could probably override that.
Okay.
But remember, when that's deployed, it's basically saying this truck is combat ready.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that in a city.
Okay.
That being said, don't worry. There is a tiny little lip at the edge of the truck where the rail actually zooms out of.
Just looking for something to like anchor myself to, if I could clip myself to something, or
you could clip yourself to the floor. Remember, it's that rubberized hard with holes in it. The holes are about 1 inch wide. You could basically just clip it through. If something hits you hard enough, it might rip up you and a section of the floor.
Right.
But yeah, for general rolling around, no trouble.
Oh boy. Okay.
That being said, at the very back of the truck, there are clip points. There's one on each of the 4 corners, and there's one in the middle on each side, where you could clip a crane hook onto.
Okay, I'm happy with
better.
that. Okay,
okay, my apologies. I didn't think about that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so yeah, back to Danny. Thea. Drix facing left. Kerwick facing right. That's an NPC. Tarrant and Jen on top. You're the odd one out.
Okay, work.
Let's put it this way. How much do you trust Kerwick, or do you want to be in the hatch side of everything?
Be in the hatch.
Okay, fair enough. So you pop up in the hatch. It's a little bit of a balancing act. Unfortunately, Menzies might have a foot nudge you in the ribs every now and so often if she moves around too fast. But it's okay. Okay, and then you guys drive under the underpass and nothing happens.
Cool.
Good game. Good game.
Good game. See you guys tomorrow.
Night, guys.
No, of course not. That's not what happens. Okay.
Out of interest, how quickly are we traveling?
You're traveling at about 10 kilometers an hour right now. Well,
that's slow.
Let's put it this way.
In traffic, that's why.
On average, you're traveling 10. Basically, you get up to 20 and then you slow down and brake. And
Okay.
you ramp your way back up to about 15. You travel at 15, climb to 20, break.
All right.
So
In that case, I'm not worried about strapping myself to the truck.
it's, dude, you've got a cyber arm. You could probably just grip and just, dig your fingers into the truck and fine. Okay. As you guys get up to the A4 interchange, yes, you can see that there is obviously an accident up top there. There's lights flashing. There's an ambulance. There's, Night City's finest as he's sitting there screaming at people to try and get them to direct themselves around. And off on the shoulder, you can partly see a fire engine. But I mean, it's obviously not where the situation is, and more importantly, they're not overly concerned because nothing's on fire. But yeah, lots of lights, lots of distraction, lots of happening up there. Kerwick automatically, sorry, not Kerwick, Link automatically lets you guys know that there's an SUV parked slightly at an angle, at the top. Not parked, it's in the actual road, but it's parked in such a way that all they have to do is open the sliding door, and anybody in there is going to have a perfect line of sight on there. That has not moved, even though it's being shouted at by the police to me. So he singled that out as a priority target. And then on the other side, there's a group of about 4 or 5, let's say slum gangers, okay? But he's highlighted them because they haven't moved either, and they're paying a bit too much attention to what's going on the freeway rather than what's going on the overpass. He's highlighted them as a priority target as well. As you guys get to about 50 meters away, shit starts happening straight away. Okay. Before that happens, though, sorry, Dan, you've launched your drones.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. You've got 2 of them. They're busy flying away quite nicely. The AI is doing most of the controls, but you do have to do some inputting on that. I'd like you to do it's a computer check, just to see what information you can get from them.
Okay.
Target is as high as you can get. The higher you get, the more information that you will receive.
It's a D10, right? This is
D10?
the D10 system in
If you roll a 10, that's considered a critical success, and you get to roll again.
I didn't roll a critical success.
You rolled a 6.
Okay.
Well, they can
Fair enough.
see.
Yeah,
If
that's still
they're
pretty good.
looking.
We're looking, Shirai. We're
I
looking.
actually don't know where my computer skill
Okay,
is.
Jabez.
Skills. Scroll down further.
Scroll down the skills.
At the bottom here. Is it under... What kind of skill is it? A tech skill?
It's a tech skill, but I don't think it's actually... my apologies. It's not a tech skill. It's an awareness skill. It's awareness.
Awareness. Okay, so it's just awareness.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know how to read this. It says here
Okay.
total 16.
Stroke 14. Yep, it's
Yeah.
16 in this case because it's site-based. Essentially, the drones have got very good cameras, but unfortunately the audio isn't that great because they're actually moving themselves away. But it's a 16 plus 6 is 22 in this instance. Okay, fair enough. The drones have got IR on them. So the first thing you notice about these slum gangers is that, one, they're carrying a little more cybernetics than would be the case. So, you can see human shape with IR. And the first thing you notice is that, guy on the left, his arm is blue, not orange like a human would be, which tells you
Excuse
it's
me?
metal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's metal. They're definitely
Okay.
carrying... Can't hear you, Shirai.
I said John thinks people are orange.
IR.
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 Red. Pay attention, Shirai.
Sorry.
Okay. Infrared. So, long story short, yes. Second story, the van itself has got people inside it, and what is either a missile launcher or a very, very big gun.
Oh dear.
The classic movie situation where they slide open the door and ticka 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 ticka. It's exactly that. Okay. Not too sure if you want to do anything about this, and
Missile launcher.
That would have been handy.
So I see.
That's why I'm saying it now. I didn't think that I could stick a missile through the little glory hole thing on the side.
If
We
you're
have the
outside,
problem,
maybe.
yeah.
No, basically the only thing you can stick through there, Shirai, is your gun. Any of your clip-ons, you can't. They won't be able to fit through that hole.
So he's gonna have to tell me, and if he does, I'm gonna have to put my gun somewhere, gun friendly.
Come up top.
Yes, that's where I want to come. Yeah. So, I mean,
Sorry, I missed something there. What's happening with Drax?
well, I don't know. Do I have to wait for Dan to tell me?
I don't know. Is Dan telling anybody this?
Yeah, Dan.
He's just shutting the fuck
I'm just
up.
like fascinating.
Well, that's interesting.
Do you guys have like radios or?
Oh, my apologies. Everybody's got comms.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
The
I have
truck
to look
itself.
up Russian swear words.
The
Then-
truck.
Then I will report what I see on the comms.
I'm new to this, guys, but maybe you guys should know that there's a van to the left and dudes to the right, and they look unfriendly. Just say.
No, I don't say that I'm new to this. I just
No, remember,
report what I see.
Link has already identified them as unfriendly. So when Dan comes along and says that
Okay.
the slum gang
Yeah.
right are definitely packing weaponry, and the van has got some sort of heavy weapon in it. Not a surprise to you guys, and it's not unusual. Okay. So, yeah, fair enough. You guys are getting close now. You're down to about 40 meters. We're going to have to go into an initiative roll now. What I'd like for you guys to do is have one person roll the initiative, and then everybody actually add that. Rue, your activate, it only takes a round. So, depending on what we roll, I'll depend on whether I let you get that away. Otherwise, you just do it next round. Tell you what, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to roll a d6.
Dun, dun.
What else was cybernetics?
I got a 6. That's there. Danny, please roll a d10.
Peace dates.
Danny, you're muted just for a minute.
Boot.
Danny,
Thank you. How do I do that?
in the RPG roller,
Mm.
you type the word exclamation mark
Mm.
d10.
And roll.
Roll and
Okay.
use
Space.
dice.
D10.
I like that. Okay, cool. There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
5. Okay, add it together, guys. Work out your initiatives. Tell me
Wait.
what you got.
What am I adding? The 5 plus?
Initiative.
Where is initiative?
Int. Oh, okay.
Okay, no. Int is intelligence. If you take a look down below the stats, there's run, leap, jump, carry, deadlift, and in it.
In it.
In it. Okay.
I don't,
So
where is
I
it?
don't see it. I'm so distressed.
I don't see in it.
I don't
either.
see in
think
it
run,
either.
leap, jump, carry, deadlift.
Okay, deadlift. That's what I've got.
Mm,
move
That's
it
what I've
true.
got.
one column, and you see in it, save, BTM.
Oh, there. Okay. So it's not underneath, it's next to. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. Next to.
So wait,
Okay.
which one? What is it?
In it.
Yes.
Next to
Okay.
run. Opposite run.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Well, I've got two options here, +9 and +10.
I've got
Which one do
4.
I have?
Okay. What happens is you've got your normal, which is your first one, and then boosted, like your booster wear. If you choose to activate it, you have to state so John knows, and then you move to the next bracket up.
John, where are my luck cards?
We're not playing with luck cards in this game just yet.
Hmm.
Not sure I could handle those.
and how would we prove it?
True.
What, Nick?
So I've got 5 plus 7.
5 plus 6.
So basically, Dan, you've got a 12. Drex, you've got an 11.
I've got a 12.
John,
Mhm.
I've got 4. So
Yeah.
under in it, I've got +9 +10,
Mhm.
and then in brackets, I've got +11 +12 vehic.
Oh, okay, that means that if you're in a vehicle, you get a +2 bonus. So your initiative is normally 9 or 10, depending. If you're in a
Okay.
vehicle, if you're driving a vehicle.
driving the vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't count in this
Yeah.
particular case.
Unfortunately, no. So it's literally just either +9 or +10, depending on what's
For
happening.
now,
Okay.
Rob.
Yeah.
Hint,
I
hint.
got 14.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm running at 11 before my Geo boost.
Not a problem. Danny, 5
Mhm.
plus
9, so 14.
14, and then Jen's probably going first.
19.
Are you sure?
She's tweaking on caffeine.
19 unboosted.
Oh, okay, that makes a bit more sense.
Yes. Yeah, otherwise, I
Okay.
figure I'd put my move into opportunity and react to the situation.
Not a problem at all. It makes perfect sense. Okay, when you guys get to about 40 meters closer, okay, the door of the SUV starts sliding open. And, yep, 2 guys start piling out of it. And one of the guys in there starts pushing through what you can only describe as, how to say it, a .50, but smaller. Okay,
What the fuck is
A
that?
50 cal. Okay.
it's a 50
Yeah.
cal, but it's
Good, I'm
smaller.
glad
So
that you stopped speaking gibberish.
yeah, so it's not a minigun, but it is definitely a submachine gun. It's definitely an anti-material gun. Okay, if it hits you, you are going to be in trouble.
Splat.
Luckily enough, it looks like the sort of gun that is not designed to hit people, to hit material. Okay,
I hate being inside material now.
the 2 guys. Well, remember, this is an armored truck, and the actual horse is armored as well. The 2 guys are getting out, or also pulling out guns, and while they do that, the 5 guys on top, 2 of them turn around and start reaching into their jackets, but the other 3 turn and start walking away towards the fire engine. Okay, as all of that happens, Jen, you've put your move into opportunity. You are actually faster than them.
Yeah.
And you can make a move now if you want before they get theirs.
I will just 3-round burst with my Glock. Just cover fire, basically get them to scatter.
Them?
Sorry, the ones by the van pulling out the little gun.
Okay, so you're just going to pop off 3-round burst in their direction.
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem.
Sorry. What is the distance from them to me?
40 meters.
40.
If you're
Range of
using-
distance
Okay,
50.
they're a little bit further away than I thought. Okay.
Yeah. The Glock's not particularly brilliant for that.
No.
They're not going to hear it over sirens.
Damn it. Okay, I already had my Glock readied. I didn't have my rifle readied.
My apologies, Nick. You were on there anyway with the rifle.
Okay.
And
All right.
readying a weapon is a free action for you, so
Oh.
don't stress about that.
Well, fuck it. I'll shoot the guy behind the gun.
Fair enough.
All right, so it's a D10 and rifle. Okay, there we go.
I love it if this is just like an innocent dude that had nothing to do with us, but you've just unloaded on him.
Make awesome powers. We can pan to the henchman's family.
Oh wait, that's I must actually add that. Damn it, I should go plus. Okay, so that's 7 plus 6. Okay, so 13.
Really?
What?
No, sorry,
Rifle's
14.
good.
Sorry, 14. Sorry, 14 plus 7. Right, sorry. 20.
Have you checked
One.
on your combat skills for rifle? Like,
Yes, I have. I was looking at the standard without everything added to it.
okay.
So yeah, so it's 14 plus 7, so 21.
21. Fair enough. Okay, where'd you hit him?
Oh crap. Okay.
D10 again.
Roll. Space. Okay, go. 10.
Roll
Leg.
10.
Leg.
Can't really happen. There's a car and 2 other guys between. So tell you what, roll a d6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1. Oh.
5. Okay, so it's an arm shot. You hit him in the right arm.
Okay.
Okay, how many shots hit him? D3. It's going to get
Okay.
boring.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's much faster with
3.
Okay, 3 shots hit him. God, that's going to hurt.
All physical dice.
Okay, so it's 5d6 plus 3.
Like your
Yep.
tongues.
All right.
It's going to hurt.
We could also
So
roll a bunch of
5d6.
Plus
Do I go space plus 3?
No, 1.
What we could do is have roll copy pasted.
That's a very good idea.
Press up.
Hmm.
Just press up for
All
your
right, so
last
that's the first one.
Mhm.
Okay.
17 hurts him.
Control C, Control V. That's the second one,
17.
and then Control V, Control there, and that's the third one.
24. Okay, bang, bang, bang. Okay, takes it, hits it, hurts. Okay, you don't know what effect it's actually had on him. Okay, but he's definitely not happy with that. So that reminds me.
Would it have nudged him away from the gun ever so slightly?
Well, it's definitely surprised him because they weren't. They kind of thought they had the initiative.
Ah,
So it's a case of they open the door. Hey, we're gonna. Ow!
Surprise!
What the fuck happened there? Okay.
Oh,
Fair enough. Okay. Then, of course, unfortunately, everybody who's got a 14 does get to go at the same time as these guys. So speak to me, folk. That's Tarrant and Thea. Okay.
No.
Thea, you're still in the.
Sorry?
Thea, you're inside, in the actual hatchway.
Yeah.
You probably got your SMG, 40 meters away. The van door is just opened. Gun started running out, and you just hear 3 shots come straight up top of you. They hit with surgical precision.
Surgical precision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear any description of what's happening there?
More or less.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Can I micro missile it?
She can definitely micro-missile it.
Yeah, I want to do that.
macro missile it.
macro missile.
macro,
Yeah, use a bigger
unfortunately.
missile. Bigger missile, Danny.
Macro.
Can't do that, unfortunately. I would if I could,
Not a
but
problem. Okay, micro-missiles are fire and forget weapons, so roll the dice. Don't get a
no,
1.
I've got to roll again. Sorry.
Roll
Hold on,
D10.
I'm going up and down. I'm scrolling up and down trying to find what I'm doing here. Roll D10. Okay.
The micro-missile is beautiful. It's a fire and forget. You literally nominate your target with your cyber optic, roll the dice, and if you don't get a 1, it hits.
Ah, sweat.
8. Okay, so unfortunately it wasn't a critical, which would have been... You roll 46 plus... Shit.
46.
It's just
Plus
46 for
one.
damage.
That's the 46.
No, it's just 46.
Okay, so how do I do this 4 times over?
Roll 4d6.
Oh, can you actually write that? Like the number 4, yeah.
Yeah. You can make any number-sided dice, which is fantastic. Then what you do, Danny, is you push up.
No space.
Oh yeah, no space.
I don't think you use a capital D. Maybe it doesn't
Between
make
the
a
roll and the 46.
difference.
Yeah, so it looks like that.
There we go.
There we go.
13 points of damage. Fantastic.
Much better.
I didn't actually ask you, were you targeting the guy with the gun or the 2 guys getting out?
Guy with the gun.
Makes sense because it's inside the vehicle.
Gangbang.
Exactly.
Secondary explosions.
No secondary explosions, but there's definitely explosion within a confined space. So the first thing that happens is...
Concussion damage.
Okay, 7, 10, and 6. Ooh, okay. So the first 3 shots didn't do much, but the guy exploding behind them definitely caused the 2 guys who were getting out to instead of leaning over the counter and start over the guardrail and start shooting, they instead flinch and duck down to the ground.
Yay!
Tarrant, you're
Perfect.
watching this happen and thinking to yourself, I got to get me some of that action. What do you want to do?
Well, you mentioned that there was the truck that opened up in one scenario, and then you also mentioned the group of heavies on the other side. Have they reacted at all?
They have reacted, but their reaction was for 2 of them to turn and start reaching for weapons that are hidden under their jackets, and for 3 of them to start jogging rather, across the bridge away from everything towards the fire truck.
Huh. I'm going to ignore them then.
Fair enough.
They're not
So my
trucking
focus is also going to be on the truck.
Okay.
When it became apparent that they were suspicious in the first place, I was making sure I had a gun and
Of
it
course.
was loaded and stuff.
Because bullets
So-
and gun is good.
You're ex-military. You probably are cradling it to your shoulder right now, watching it. So
Yes,
watching what happens through the sights.
and I feel it's well. I mean, if it wasn't the gun that was already loaded on top of the vehicle itself, it's going to be. I've got an M16, so
Yes. The only question I've got is, what have you got loaded in there? Cased hotshot or exothermic? The cased hotshot is basically nice and heavy and big, and it will really hurt. Okay.
Mhm.
The exothermic is really powerful and will really fuck things up. This includes the barrel of your gun.
Basically, it's dragon
I don't
breath.
like that idea.
It's a dragon
Cased
breath
hotshot.
round. Dragon breath
Yeah.
rounds.
It's not a dragon breath round, but basically, essentially what happens when you fire that, instead of having gunpowder, your round is filled with water instead of gunpowder. It's ignited electronically. It goes through a very brief semi-fission event, and then the hydrogen and the oxygen that separates from the water begin igniting and driving the bullet forward. Needless to say, it is really, really loud, really, really powerful. But if you fire more than one at a time, it's got a nasty habit of causing the gun to jam and your barrel to melt. So don't be afraid of using it. It is perfect for situations. But yeah, so basically, Tarrant knows when to use a grenade, when to use his hotshot, and when to use his exothermics. Sorry.
But Rob
Brief.
has no fucking idea. So
Hotshot it is, yes. Hotshot makes sense. I mean, you'll only load exothermic when you're dealing with, tanks.
Psychos.
Somebody who's really hard, where you shoot them with the hotshot and you notice that he doesn't seem to feel that. Click, click. You're going to feel this.
One melts skin,
Right.
the other melts metal.
Okay, so single shot, 3-round burst, full auto.
3-round burst.
Makes sense. +3 weapon accuracy. Roll a d10. Add your rifle. I should have kept everything nice there for you.
Okay, so let's just get the D10 quickly done.
I forget that you can go plus and add your skill to it and get the total straight away.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
think it's
I got
better
to.
to try and keep it simple like a normal dice roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough.
Guys, I've just got to be AFK for a couple of seconds. So, 2 seconds, please.
At the end.
1, 2.
Okay, now that he's gone, guys, we're gonna climb back inside. We're gonna kill Link and Stripe, and we're gonna take the vehicle, right? And we're gonna rampage this
Yeah.
like Carmageddon style through Night City, right? Am I right?
Indeed, we're gonna hock this. Whatever it is that we're carrying, we're gonna hock it. We're gonna find a fence. We gotta get rid of it.
Yeah, you would sell it for like 50%. We sell it for $1,000. That's a lot of money, right?
Strip the vehicle for parts.
Well, you could drive it. Danny can fix it.
Yay.
You can fix the vehicle, Danny. It's your job.
Yeah, I could, I guess.
No, but that's just a manly exercise, and we know how she feels about doing manly things.
Might break her nails. Ah.
Yeah, so where are we landing on this
Who's going to give me a
Guerrero?
manicure afterwards then, is my question.
Sorry, Danny, I didn't catch that.
Who's going to give me a manicure afterwards, if that's the question?
Sure.
The medic.
The medic.
Who's the angle grinder?
Manicure with my chainsaw.
There we go.
That's fine with me. Deal.
Okay, Rob, your target number was 15 at this range. I know that +12 is already 16 before you add the +3 for 3 burst. So you definitely hit. Question is, where have you hit and how many have you hit? I need you to roll a d3 and a d10.
Okay. Anyone in any particular order?
Doesn't matter, no.
Okay, we'll go with the D10 because I've got that locked and loaded. Apparently, I don't have that locked and loaded. Never mind. Copy paste. Let's try again. What the fuck is going on here?
We had Wolf was typing.
Yeah, seeing that.
It's bringing
Rob,
some damn
Rob,
pop-up when I
use
try and...
your keyboard.
What are you doing, Rob? What's the problem? How can we assist you, Rob?
Here we go.
Sometimes when I type something in, it'll be fine, and other times this damn pop-up comes up. All right, I rolled another D4. So on the D10, I rolled a 4.
Location, torso.
Torso.
And on the D3, I rolled a 3.
So all 3 shots hit this poor sucker in the...
Oh.
Bam, bam, bam!
I think it's 5d6 plus, or...
With the hot shot, it's just 5d6 plus 1.
Okay, fair enough. So 5d6 plus 1 times 3.
All right, so what's the fancy roll space? 5d6. Is that
Plus
it?
1. And then plus 1.
Plus 1.
And then you press up and do it again. Okay, 18. Ouch, hurts.
And do that again, you say?
Yeah.
Why is it not?
No, you
Unknown
just
dot
you push up and then you just copy paste it.
Okay, so 18 again. I would say suspicious, but numbers are completely different. 20. Oh, jeepers, dude. After you thunked through his armor, okay. Duff, 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 and duff. Okay. A couple of seconds.
Interesting armor noise.
It's not so cool. Okay.
I'm
So-
sorry. I meant gun shooting me.
The guy rolls back. Okay, he slumps backwards. The gun itself actually goes up, points upwards into the ceiling of the van, and he spasmodically clamps his hands on it. Okay, and like 4 or 5 rounds go. Tuk, 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 tuk,
Brilliant.
The actual, the roof of the van. You notice that only the last one actually goes through. The others just sort of like pop van roof up a little bit. So clearly, while there's armor there, it's not dealing with this at point blank range. The guy himself is clearly down for the count, not looking healthy at all.
Jeepers, he got hit by 3 different kinds of fire in like what 2 seconds.
Poor bastard.
Must have been a boss.
I wish he was firing grenades in that thing.
God damn.
I don't know. That would have been fun, but no, unfortunately not. Okay, now for the downside though. Okay, the 2 gangbangers that you were ignoring, okay, both pull out SMGs. Okay, the first one has got a beautiful target on Thea. It's looking straight at you, and it goes and goes. You know what? I don't like the way you're looking, so I'm gonna shoot you. And but
Maybe
What,
not.
it's shooting me.
Oh, you can't even
Shooting
you can't even hide your rolls away, John.
Okay.
Sorry, John. You meant to say try to shoot.
Okay, so
He
unfortunately,
really didn't like your face.
yeah, he didn't like your face, but he couldn't
That's
hit
fine.
it with a damn. But what he has
Didn't
done
like his
is
face.
he has unloaded 20 rounds into your general vicinity. Okay, so he's literally got ticka, 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 and the bullets are just flying everywhere. For you to
Matrix.
stay where you are, you need to make a
Can I
cool
pull my
save.
finger up at him and say, "Miss me"?
If you make your cool save, yes. So you need to roll a
He
d10.
shoots in your general direction.
Pretty much. In other words, it's.
Yeah.
I roll what?
Yes, you're
E?
another-
Just roll a d10.
Roll a d10. If it is equal to or lower than your, then you're fine. If it is higher, which unfortunately in this case it definitely is.
One time I roll high and I don't want to roll high.
Yeah.
Fingers.
So in this case, there's
Can
a
I pull
lot.
up the wrong finger then?
No, basically what happens is your foot slips off the rung of the ladder, and you slide down the ladder back into the truck.
Sounds about right.
You
Yeah.
belong.
Safety and cover. Nice move.
Yeah, there we go. Nice cover. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Ducking while
yeah,
somebody is
definitely.
shooting at you is not a very good thing.
Hmm.
Hang on a moment. What's that?
That's fine.
Okay, sorry very much. Okay, Tarrant, you're the only other person that's at 14 right now, so you know what's happening, right?
You're being shot at.
Very much so. Okay. This is not very convenient. I don't actually.
Yes!
I love it.
It's almost like the program knows who the dungeon master is.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
my
like it.
my algorithm has worked perfectly, guys.
Good tweaking, Nick. Good tweaking.
What are you guys talking about?
That was a critical failure.
Dude, I rolled an 8 to hit you, and I rolled a 1 for location. I just shot you in the head.
That's a hit.
Oh, I only saw the one.
You're dead.
That's a new one.
No!
Yes, you are. You're very, very dead. There's no way around this. Thanks very much for having played. Okay. Unfortunately,
Next.
that's 17 points worth of damage to a helmet that has got an SP value of 20.
So the helmet is broken at least, right?
Didn't even pierce it.
It didn't even pierce it. Okay.
Does it degrade the armor? Does
Nope.
it?
It doesn't even ding the armor. Okay.
Okay.
The only thing that it does is it might stun him for a round and perhaps piss him off. I'd like you to make a body save, Rob. If you don't make this, you're going to be a little bit like ringing in the ears and dinged about, and I'll hit you with a penalty on your next action. If you do make it, of course, all that's happened is you're pissed off.
You want to get closer, Rob.
D10?
Get closer.
D10, 100%.
Okay, D10.
Below your body.
So just roll it low, so like on the ground.
But ding!
Okay,
Why is it
You're
exact?
super pissed off.
you're not pissed off. You are incredibly pissed off. In fact, actually, I was willing to give you a -3 penalty on your next actions. Now, provided it is aimed at this guy, I'm going to give you a +3 for your next action.
I believe I am. I have singled out my next target.
Vengeance is mine.
I know exactly who I'm aiming
Fair
for.
enough.
Of course it's him.
Okay.
That was my favorite helmet. He scratched it.
Yeah. Now, back into the truck itself. Okay. Menzies, not really that much that you can do. Anything impressive? You're just going to stay there and ready.
Anybody down? Any comms coming in?
Somebody got shot in the head.
Are they still bitching about it?
Yes.
They're good.
That motherfucker!
That's my professional opinion.
Yeah, you can just hear the profanity over the comms.
Okay, Dan, there's not much that you can do right now either.
Well,
Because
let me
you're
just
inside.
ask you, how much of this have I seen?
Probably all of it.
All of it.
Yeah, remember you've got 2 remotes.
Yeah.
They're busy sitting in high distance right now. And then
What are the guys by the fire truck doing?
Drix, you are on the left-hand side, and unfortunately the only people that you can see right now are either dead, in the back in the shadows of the truck, crouching down behind the guardrail of the freeway.
Can I pull down my pants and put my ass cheeks on that glass thing?
Can anybody see it? Because then there's no point.
No, he said that there's a glass thing there that I can see.
There is.
through.
Is this in character?
Oh,
He's
sorry.
not
that's
a good
great.
old comrade guy's gonna put his ass on the glass.
Yeah,
Comrade
that
Cornholio over there.
Okay, I drink some vodka. And,
you put your move into opportunity. Okay. That's that. Okay. Beginning of next round, we start again from scratch. Jen, you get to go first. The situation hasn't changed that much. The guys at the truck, one of them is dead. That's the guy with the actual gun. Okay. There are still 2 guys in the truck itself. One of them sitting in the driver's seat, one of them in the back, but he's very, he's in the back, in the shadows. You just know that there's a person there, but you can't make out details. The 2 guys that we're getting out of the truck are now out of the truck, but they're crouched down behind the guardrail. That's concrete plaz, but yeah. Of the 2 heavies that were on the other side, both have lit up and fired. Okay. One of them did a 3-round burst, which just caused some swearing to happen from the front of the truck, and the other just lit out with a whole bunch of very, very inaccurately aimed fire. As soon as these guys started firing, the 3 that were busy sauntering towards the fire truck have started moving a bit faster. And Danny, I'd like you to please roll a perception check for the group.
Why me? Rob Cuck.
Because you were
that's why.
designated.
Fine. What am I rolling? A D?
D10.
Yeah, tell him. Go.
Okay. Nick, I'd like you to use
Damn
your
it, Danny.
judgments as well as your awareness. Tell me what you got.
Alright, so what? It's awareness and what?
You should have an awareness notice check, and there should be a combat sense already added into that. I'm giving it to you because it's really high.
Yeah, so combat sense, it's plus 6. Oh, it's 14. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so 14 plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay. The situation's a pretty classic side-by-side ambush. If there was any sense of tactics, they would be trying to turn this into an L-shaped ambush.
Right.
So there would be somebody off to the left or the right. You know this, you've been watching, and there is absolutely nothing that is sparking your heebie-jeebies or your combat sense. So,
Something's either off or nothing at all.
well, they're absolute amateurs.
Ah. Alright,
know,
so the guys that are moving towards the fire truck, they look like they're going to be driving it towards us, ramming us with it, that kind of thing.
Just a debatable question as to whether they could actually drive.
Can I see the tires from my point?
Tires of?
Of the fire truck.
You can see the front tires. Definitely.
I'll blow them out.
Not a problem at all. It's an aimed shot. It's -3. It's a large target. That's +2, so -1.
-1. Okay, 2.
Your difficulty is 15. So don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1. Here we go. It's not a 1.
Not a 1. Okay. You put 3 rounds into the rather large truck tire of the fire engine, and it immediately begins deflating. Okay.
Hold on a second. Yeah?
Oddly enough, none of the 3 react at all.
Okay.
Okay. And then we go down to Tarrant and Thea. Okay, Thea, you're back inside the car now. Anything impressive you want to do? You can either go back up the ladder, or you can move across to the space on the right-hand side, behind Kerwick or at the crew cockpit. Behind Kerwick would give you a better line of sight on the 2 guys that just shot you.
Cool, I'll do that.
Okay, fair enough. Thea, you're on. Oh, do I need to ask you what? Sorry, Tarrant. Do I need to ask you what you're going to do?
Well, the guy that took a pot shot at me, I'm returning the favor. I'm doing an aim shot. I'm going back for his head, John.
Okay, fair enough. He shot 3 rounds in your direction. You're going to shoot 3 rounds.
Yeah, 3-round burst, fucking aiming for the head.
So it's +3. Aim shot to the head is -4, so it's -1 in total. D10 plus your rifle skill. Your difficulty is 15.
Ah, fuck. I don't even know what my rifle skill is. Hang on a sec.
It's 12. Shit. So 15 minus 1 is 14. If only you had a luck stat, which you could sacrifice 1 point of to add 1 to that die roll.
I will do that. I will do so.
Fair enough. Okay. 15.
I want to make... Yeah.
It's an aim shot to the head. You hit him. D3 rounds hit.
Excellent. We have got...
Roll D3. 1.
Jesus.
Okay. Roll your damage.
33. Okay. It's not that big a deal. 5d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
And
Otherwise known as a, 0.56 straight to...
That is pathetic.
That is really pathetic, actually. That's one of the lowest I've ever seen. Okay, so I was going to say he flops down like a sardine suddenly hauled out of water, but I'm going to change my mind on that.
Oh my god.
Okay, it is doubled. Okay, so it's 16 minus his BTM of 2 is 14. It's still enough to put him through into not quite mortal, but it is more than 8 points of damage. It's still enough. He has to make a death save straight away, which is what happens when you get shot in the head. Okay, and it's enough to make sure he does fall down like a sardine suddenly hauled out of water. It's like, duck, duck, pork, pork. Okay.
Yeah, bitch. That's what you get.
Yeah, he does drop quite nicely down to the ground. Okay, that's everybody there. Okay, then it's their turn. Okay, so the other guy who was shooting at there can't shoot at him anymore, but I'm not really 100% certain that he can actually see Tarrant. So I'm just going to roll d10 quickly, and 6. Okay, he can see you. He is going to shoot at you. Unfortunately, he's 10 rounds left, and he's still on auto. So,
Must be you.
okay.
I dodge roll.
6. Don't worry, dude. He's got, of those 10 that he fired in your general direction, he did manage to hit you with 2 of them. Okay. I'm going to roll location now. I remember that you are behind the pillar of the thing, which means basically he can only get your head, arms, maybe your torso. Any leg shots are going to go straight onto that. So, roll d10 as well. This is getting boring. Okay, 6. That's your arm. He can get you. And roll d10. And 10. Okay, that one just pings the armored console in front of you. I know what's going to happen now. No.
14 points of damage.
Right
Yeah,
off
I
the
wish.
armored arm.
Okay, 7 points of damage.
Just ever so slightly.
I don't even remember if you've actually got any armor on that arm, because I think that the heavy leather you're wearing is enough to actually get past that. Correct me if I'm wrong on that score.
Armor. I've got a leather jacket on.
Yeah, 18.
Ah, fuck.
Trouble.
Yeah, but it's sleeveless.
Hang
It's
on.
sleeveless.
Do you have?
Here's why.
They're metal.
P18.
Here's why, Rob.
Mhm.
Scroll down to the bottom of your character sheet and you'll see your location.
Mm.
Okay. So about those military armored cyber arms that you've got installed,
Yes.
with an SP of 18.
Yes.
That basically that means somebody has to get above 18 to do any damage to the arms.
Structural damage.
Yes, structural damage.
Ding!
Ding in a big way. So there's a ding and a slightly different size, different toned ding. Okay, and then a little fire hydrant next to the actual underpass at the very bottom explodes. Okay, it doesn't just explode, it explodes in such a way that this lance of flame, the only way that I can describe it, okay, hurtles out from it and proceeds to blast a good 25 meters away from it in the direction of the truck. Okay, it's unusual enough and strong enough that it just blows up, that everybody needs to make a cool save right now. Sorry, everybody who is on that side of the vehicle, that's Tarrant, Jen, and Thea, needs to make a cool save. Jen, you get to add,
Add my what?
you get to add your combat sense to this, so don't bother making the cool
Okay,
save.
all right, I won't bother.
Shit randomly blowing up next to you is entirely within your gambit. You're used
Oh yeah, it must be a Tuesday.
to it. Yeah.
It's a date.
Okay, so Danny, you get to the window, but a wall of flame leaps towards you. You decide, better safe than
Okay.
sorry.
Not a
You're
good
just
time.
you're not gonna open the window. You're
A
just gonna
nice authentic reaction.
duck down a little bit. Okay. Tarrant, of course, is going, hey, fire! Awesome sauce. Get a bit of whiskey on this, and we got a party going.
Molotov cocktail!
Okay. Like I say, oddly enough, that fire hydrant has exploded, but it's not gone boom. It's gone boom, and then this lance of flame has come out, and it's still burning as it's protruding towards you, like a massive flamethrower, basically. Okay.
Why is it moving?
It's not moving.
not
The
The fire is
hydrant-
expanding.
Okay, it's just spraying. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, there is a line of flame. There's a huge pressure jet of some sort of fuel pumping out of that fire hydrant, in the direction of the truck that is on fire. So you've got a line of flame that is not moving, but the truck is moving towards that line of flame. So within like around 2 rounds at the most, the entire side of the truck and possibly the top of the truck is going to be washed in flame. Just so you know.
Shit, I don't have any burn shield. I don't have burn shield.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, back to everybody who's in the truck. You guys get to see this because the windows are nice and broad. Okay. Unfortunately, there is no way for Stripe to not drive through that flame because he's literally pinned against this. It's clearly what they were planning all along.
Can you put on his windshield wipers?
No.
Some jets on.
His choices are basically to stop dead or try to drive through it. And with traffic as it is right now, we'll be spending at least a round or 2 driving through that flame. There's not much you can do about it, except maybe yell at him to stop or go.
Faster!
Yeah, that's about it.
Ramming speed.
Dan, I'd like you to make a perception check. That's an awareness notice check, if you don't mind.
It's a D10, right?
It's a D10 plus your awareness skill.
I forgot I could just control V. Plus my awareness check.
Yeah.
I'll check it now. Okay, so I got a 10.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool.
Nice, keep rolling, keep rolling.
Nice rolling. So you got a 16.
Plus,
Dude,
what? Do you want to just tell me how successful I am already?
I say it doesn't make a difference at all. Your
Yeah.
target was 20. Unless you're an absolute imbecile, you've definitely noticed this. Okay. On the other side, your drones are positioned in such a way that you're looking down on the entire situation. Okay. You can see that the 3 guys who were walking towards the fire engine weren't going towards the fire engine. Instead, they were going to what looks like a set of let's try that again in English. A set of ropes that have been rolled up and tied to the edge of the guardrail and then left on the side. Okay.
Gonna repel.
They're going to rappel down, but more importantly, on the far side of the bridge, so in other words, in the traffic lane that you are traveling in, but on the other side of the bridge, a car has stopped, and a guy has just gotten out of the car, and he started running towards the side of the interchange that leads up to where the fire truck is. Now, it's not going to stop traffic yet, but in a round or 2, traffic is going to be bunched up behind that car. Are you guys getting the significance of the round or 2?
Mm-hmm.
Just checking.
You just want to get stuck in the flame. We didn't start the fire.
Oh, we're
Fair
totally gonna
enough.
start the fire. Gotta burn everything. Okay, so the source of the flame, John.
It's a fire hydrant, but it's clearly not a real fire hydrant.
So it's
Instead,
spewing
it's-
out some.
Yeah.
pro-
Promethium, napalm, call it what you will. It's a liquid that has been set alight. In other words, it's something that's been converted into a ginormous flamethrower.
Okay, there's a possibility that we could hit it with a high explosive and basically blast the air out of it and put it out.
That's true. 100% correct.
I obviously signal this over the comms just to give somebody an idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just to be clear, I'm relaying everything that I've seen.
I've taken that for granted.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, traffic stopped. Drix, you're the only person who's left to take a move, and unfortunately you're on the wrong side of the track to go for any of those 3 guys who are going to repel. And the only other 2 guys that you could shoot are currently behind a concrete barrier with an SP of at least 12.
John, quick
Yep.
question. The fire truck
Mhm.
that's above. Tender? Tanker?
It's a tanker, and
Thank
Quick, short, precise, to the point.
okay. Yeah, Drix, Shirai, there's not really that much you can do, unless you want to start, I don't know, pot-shotting at guys behind cover.
Boss, it's gone to the bathroom.
Okay, well, she's not going to do anything in that case, because unfortunately there's not much she can do. If she was on top with her ramjet or her missiles, that would be a
Yeah.
different situation.
Very-
Okay, back to the beginning of the next round. You guys are now literally about 15 meters away from the actual underpass, and within a meter or two of the flames starting to wash across the front of the truck. Stripe has not slowed down. Yeah, that's it.
How big
Jen.
was the vehicle that stopped in the road?
Uh,
So they evacuated.
The vehicle itself is just a normal car. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The issue is that there's about 6 or 7 cars behind it, and so they've
Right.
slowed down, and they're going to bunch up, and then your
Mhm.
truck is going to end up stopping right behind those 6 or 7 cars.
Yeah, I'm just thinking how they're going to try, stop what? 8.3 tons with the truck
Yep.
plus
So-
plus cargo.
Do remember it is unfortunately traveling at about 10 to 15 kilometers. You can't ram it, but you can try and literally shoulder your way through it. It's just going to be slow. It's not going to be a high-speed ram. But yeah, it's an option. That's blatantly what Stripe is trying to do.
Going for, yeah.
How successful he's going to be is a different question. Okay, Jen, you get to go first.
Ah,
Anything or nothing?
I was thinking about rolling off the truck
Behind, to the left, to the
Uh,
right.
towards the the fire hydrant.
Fair enough. Roll off the truck, make an athletics check.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back
Don't
up.
stuff up.
My skills.
While she's rolling off, Thea, Tarrant, anything impressive you guys want to do?
Okay, it's 12.
Uh,
Okay.
Thea?
Well, I mean, it
Oh,
okay,
fuck.
sorry, go on.
Damn it.
I'm
So I like to
actually
use a luck
setting
point.
Okay, unfortunately, you can't use a luck point.
Oh,
Okay,
convenient.
remember when you clipped yourself in?
Oh, right.
So, John,
At least I'm safe for a round.
So, basically, sorry, Peter. Basically, you've rolled off the side of the truck and
Yeah.
stopped. So, you are basically not spread eagled, but you're stuck like a fly on a windshield.
Well,
right
my
now.
mom always said I was a catch, so
On the fire side or the non-fire
The
side?
fire side.
You're fucked.
She's not the only one. Tarrant, we'll go to you. That flame's about 10 meters away from you and will be much closer next round. What do you want to do?
All right. Well, have I noticed the idiot who's fallen off the side?
He's behind you, so unfortunately, no.
Oh God.
I could take an
Okay.
extra action and cut the rope, or does a fumble stop me from doing that?
Fumble does actually stop you from doing it.
Okay, cool. All right, no problem.
Fumble literally shuts you down, dude.
Flat-
Style of a substance, and
Oh, of
you
course.
suck.
Okay, flambe. Here we go.
All right. There's nobody there's nobody obvious to shoot at this point in time.
Yes, there is. That second guy who was... Oh, no, sorry. Ducked down and reloading. Well, no, he's
Okay.
about to duck down and reload. But you can see he's lifting his gun and beginning to crouch. But he's still in your line of sight. His initiative is exactly the same as yours.
All right. I'm gonna and sorry. How many rounds is it before I'm gonna be awash in flame if I don't jump off the truck?
2 or 3.
2. Okay. In that case, yeah, I've got time. I'm gonna try and take out the next guy. 3-round
Okay.
burst.
Fair enough. You're already in 3-round burst. Roll the d10. 8.
Shablam!
Should have done a hit. Should have done a called shot. Okay, roll location.
Is that another D10?
Yep.
it's like you hit
2 torso.
Damn it!
Roll 3 for how many hits?
You could use a luck point and move that to a 1.
You can.
Yeah. I can.
You can.
Rob's like, yes, I'm gonna get you, little fucker.
Yes. Let's make history. Let's use
Okay.
another luck point.
Fair enough. Roll a d3.
Sorry, John.
Fucking hell.
5
Well,
d6 plus 1.
All right. Let's and that should be this one.
16. 32 minus 2 is 30 points of damage.
Splat.
He's dead, Jim.
Are you sure? I don't know. That hole through the through your skull could just be like his nostril.
No. This is where like the advertisement notice board, the the animated signboard on the far side suddenly comes out and goes, headshot.
Suddenly the signboard behind the guy has got more brains than he does.
It's quite
Good
sickening.
main jokes.
Okay, yes.
Graffiti.
It's not pretty, but he drops like a wet fish. No trouble. Okay, Thea, you're inside the truck. There's a wall of flame heading towards you. It will be here next round. You know, like as the truck moves. There's not really much that you can do right now. From here, you can't see anything except that wall of flame. But you do know that the traffic has stopped, and that there are 3 guys who are going to come rappelling down in a few moments.
Has everybody else got out the truck?
Nope, everybody's still in the truck.
Except for
Jen and Tarrant.
Except for someone dangling around the side of the truck.
the other one's still flopping next to it.
Hey, that way I've got 2 free hands to shoot, okay? It's all part of my master plan.
This is true.
Sure.
Jen tried to get off the truck and failed.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it'll probably be safer to stay in the truck right now, right?
Probably,
Yeah.
yes. It's
Yeah,
anybody
that's what I'm thinking. So
inside the truck.
can I put my move into opportunity if they come closer? In terms of
Definitely.
likely get a
Not
shot
a
at
problem
them.
at all.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
And then, lastly, the guys inside the truck. Unfortunately, Menzies, Dan, Drix, not much you guys can do. Unless you want to move to the other side, like that.
Well, I was going to ask you, John. You said that my drones are pretty much auto-flying, right?
Yep.
They
So
give
you've got to...
orders. So hypothetically, I don't have to actually stay here if I don't want to, right? They'll
Not
be
at all.
fine.
No. The CPU can handle them. It will also
Okay.
highlight things that are important, it thinks is important, and send them to you.
Okay. But, I mean, I would have to stay at the computer for that, right?
No.
Oh, I
Not at
don't
all.
have to stay at the computer.
Oh, my apologies. Literally, you've got... It can route that straight through to your glasses.
Okay, I had no idea. I don't
Oh,
play Cyberpunk that much.
sorry, Peter.
It's the
Sorry.
future! It's the future!
Okay.
Mute. I
Let's put it
don't
this
know
way.
what to do.
Peter? You can take your gun out of the case, leave your case somewhere, and the computer will use your various optics that you've dropped everywhere, as well as the drones, to keep you informed of what's happening around you.
Very good.
You can do it better if you are sitting at it, but you don't need to be sitting at it.
Right, got it.
Okay.
So then I want to start moving into a place, a
Okay.
better position then, based on what I've managed to gather from my
Okay.
camps.
Unfortunately, there's not really much of a better position that you can be in right now, for the very simple reason that, Kerwick is busy closing his window as fast as he can because it's about to have flame coming his way. And then on the other side, there's not actually that much happening.
So I'm actually in the best place to be right now, seeing as the thing is about to get covered in flame.
True.
And we're about to be repelled upon, so cover the roof.
Bish. Yes, remember the
So
hatch is
if
still open.
there's no better position for me to be in, I guess I'll just stay here.
Fair enough. And Menzies, nothing important you want to do?
It would be nice if we can close those hatches up. But
You can literally just stand up, stretch your arm, and pull down.
yeah, and
Or
the
you
other
could
guys
open them
outside.
further. You know,
Yes.
just saying.
Oof.
Yeah, I think battening down the hatch would be a nice thing to do right now.
Be a nice surprise. You've got to admit it that way. Tarrant rolls forward.
Yeah,
Hey, Andy.
that looks like their problem.
Okay, so you reach up and close that. No trouble at
Yeah.
all. Okay, beginning of next round. Okay, the truck carries on moving forward and flame starts washing across the actual truck itself. It's not good for the paintwork, but other than that, hell, maybe the air conditioning ticks up one little notch to try and keep things at that balmy 16 degrees that you guys have been enjoying so much. But yeah, it's a little bit intimidating while you've got this massive ball of flame washing against the windows and stuff like that. Other than that, though, not really affecting you. Okay, Jen, you're currently stuck on a
Yes.
truck.
Yes.
Got about a round, maybe 2, depending on how fast the truck goes, before the flame reaches you and starts crispifying you.
I would like to unclip, please.
Make an athletics test.
You can do it.
Make an athletics test. Okay, I'm going to roll now and then I'm going to go look it up.
Don't stuff up.
Oops. Control V.
You're okay.
Okay.
You unclip, land down on the ground. Your gun is in your hand, and you're behind a car, which is providing you with at least a modicum of cover
Okay.
for when those guys finally rappel down.
Are there any people around the fire hydrant? The fire hydrant.
The cars that are between the fire hydrant and the truck have stopped. Okay.
Uh-huh.
One of them tried to get out from the far side. It didn't go too well. Okay. But other than that, people are trying to, the guys that have not reached the flame have stopped and braked.
Mhm.
The guys that were in the flame have tried to go forward. There's been a few minor fender benders. Basically, there's a beautiful line of sight between you and the hydrant.
Okay, well, I make a beeline straight there. Obviously, on the safe side, behind the fire hydrant. Obviously, not running straight into the fire.
Obviously not.
Yes, and see if there's.
You can make another athletics check at -3.
I wish
half
to.
your movement.
Sure, I would like to do that.
Okay.
All right, so.
While Jen is busy doing that, Tarrant, you're on top of the
Oh,
truck.
at least I wasn't a 1. Okay. So, all right.
2, 16. Fine.
Okay. Oh, you got it already.
Yeah, dude, you can actually get to the fire hydrant. I wouldn't suggest doing that because these guys that are rappelling down are rappelling down right next to it.
Okay, I'd like to be at least within 5 meters and cover.
You're within 5. Make it about 10 meters and cover, and then just put your rifle up slightly.
And then, no, what I was going to do was fall onto my back, aim up, and say, "Ever shot into the air, screaming, bang, 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 bang."
Fair enough. Okay, no, that's exactly what you're going to do. Okay, Tarrant, back to you. You've got a round, maybe 2, before you start getting crispified. Anything impressive you want to do?
I'm using this round to get off the roof on the safe side of the truck,
Fair enough.
away from the fire.
Make an athletics check, and don't pull a Gen.
So, the roof is on fire.
Well done.
We don't need
Okay.
the
I'm good.
water.
Fair enough. Okay, and then it's there goes. Okay, so they're going to pile over the side and start rappelling down. That's that and that. Hang on, I need to do something quickly. Let's try it again. Guys, don't mock. 7. Okay, fair enough. Back into the truck itself. Okay, Menzies, you've managed to close the hatch without any trouble. Drix, Dan, anything you want to do? Like I say, the front of the truck is being washed with fire, but you'll be through it and around, and then you'll probably be stopped.
Sarai?
Danny, your microphone's off again.
I don't think it makes much of a difference. There's not much anybody
I
can
was
do
not
right now.
anything though.
I think John was talking to me, Nick.
Oh, sorry, I thought I heard. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
it was Peter.
Danny, damn it.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I
No,
was
yeah.
Sorry.
I was talking
I'm
to
not
everybody
standing
in the
this
truck,
game.
but there's not really that much you guys can do, which is kind of the point of the flamethrower.
Think I'll just relax.
Fair enough. Okay, the guys start piling over. Jen, I will let you take a shot if you want. Remember, it's a second action, so it's -6.
Oh, with a still with the rifle.
Still with a rifle, still with 3-round burst.
Fuck
so
it. YOLO.
-3 eternally.
1.
Please. Oh, come on. Jeez. Okay, all right. Let me
2.
quickly look that up. So that's 2.
Okay.
Rifle
It's
of
effectively
14. So that's
-1.
so 15.
Yep, that's a hit.
Yeah, thank goodness. Okay. Okay, so then we go Control V, and I hit the 5.
5. That's an arm of somebody who's trying to repel.
Ah!
Roll your damage, dude.
Oh, wait. How many hits? How many rounds?
Yeah, good point.
Okay, I have to type that one out. Roll D3. Okay, only
1
one.
hit.
All right, so then
Ping.
it's roll 5D. Wait, let me just double check this. 5D. 5d6 plus 3. Okay.
Yeah.
5d6 plus 3.
Boom, 14. It's not that much, but
Yeah.
it's enough to make him at least make an athletics check.
Whoops.
Okay,
Massive.
massive. I'm not even going to bother rolling on that. Okay. He slips a little, but then just carries on calmly sliding down. Okay. Literally lands on the ground with one hand still holding the rope, brings up his Colt AMT 2000 and just
Ow.
unleashes a shot in your direction. This is not the best way of doing this. I don't like it. Ah, for God's sake.
2 L's. Damn it.
Copy paste.
Call V, John.
Yeah. Okay, go 6. Okay. He has managed to hit you.
Okay.
And Control V space D10. Okay. 2 hit you in your torso.
Yeah.
I may as well not even bother. Okay, 46. 8 points of damage.
Ding!
Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, that's what happens when you use a Colt A-N-T.
Oh,
200.
A-N-T.
And it's, it's a 2000.
Our mockery of the cult classic.
Yes, it's not a... So, yeah, it was a cool move, and then he goes bang, and you're like, what? Was that supposed to hurt?
Phew. Okay,
Nice party trick.
Not so stressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough. Okay, Tarrant, you're on the other side of the truck. You're looking under the truck at the 3 guys that have just rappelled down. There's a waft of flame coming from the left-hand side, but there are no cars between you and the 3 guys that have just landed on the ground.
Oops.
What do you wish to do?
I feel like you're implying I should charge them. But
Look for a pavement, hide behind it.
You could...
Or data
No.
term.
Just to point out, that's, you're looking under the truck at them, so all you can really see is their legs.
Thanks. Oh, goody.
somebody about to lose a limb.
Hopefully.
Some, yeah.
What's the distance?
20, 25 meters, tops.
I believe I've got a frag grenade that I'd like to throw their way.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Don't fuck it up, Rob. No.
I seriously thought that you were just I was actually going to go, please, don't full auto, don't full auto. And you didn't, so thank you. But, okay. Athletics check, dude.
D10.
D10. 8.
Whee!
Oh. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a miss. Sorry, 25 meters is a miss with a grenade. Close
That's
only
fine.
counts with grenades and shotguns. So you need to roll a d10 for scatter. It scatters 1 meter.
How far away is Nick?
Shitty grenade.
Good point. Nick is 5. Okay, so you want to 1, 2, 3. Don't roll a 6, a 7, or an 8.
Oh, yay. Ooh.
So a roll a D10, yes?
And don't get a 6, a 7, or an 8.
Damn
I've said
it.
it twice now.
An 8.
Oh.
Okay. So it rolls across, literally, dink, boom. Okay. Unfortunately, that does mean that Jen is in the impact zone.
Yes.
This is not going to be friendly. But roll the damage, Rob.
But so's the other guy.
Oh, all 3 of them are.
Oh, okay.
If it's any consolation, you're outside of the immediate 3-meter area, but you do still take secondaries.
But I am lying on the ground.
That's true as well, actually. So I'll let you get away with half of that as well.
I'll take it.
Okay, so it looks like it's 7d6
Oh,
flat.
fuck.
Let's just get that going.
So I'm going to go and play some ESO. I'll chat to you guys later. You can just scoop me up off the pavement when you're done.
Yeah.
I can work with that.
Jesus,
No.
useless.
That's an average
What?
roll, Rob.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Isn't it?
22.
Well, I
Let's put it
suppose
this
it's
way.
half.
Don't
Yeah.
forget you're hitting 3 people with that. Well, technically 4 people with
You're
that.
hitting 3 people with that, and you're hitting them in their weakest location.
Yep.
And, I mean, take a look at your own armor. Would you survive that? Okay.
Yes.
More importantly, you're
I'm a
hitting-
tank. I don't know.
Get armed
You're right.
with it.
Okay, so first things first, you're outside of the lethal gen, so that's 11, and you're halved, so I'm going to 5.5, so it's 6 points of damage to your weakest location. Is that even any damage? I mean, your boots soak it up.
Sorry, just getting back there quickly. Yeah, everything's well. If it's layered, do you consider it layering, or because then it would be 10
Yes.
plus 12, and then my head is 12, 20.
Dude, don't even bother.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
it's literally
It's
your
gonna be
boots.
good.
Your boots soak up the shrapnel.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, these guys-
the boots would be the 10 first.
Yeah, so it's not a problem.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right.
It doesn't even get through the boots.
Okay.
You know, if anything, it just reinforces the sole. Now you're walking on metal.
Metal.
The downside is, though, that those guys have landed within 5 meters of that fire hydrant. Only problem being, of course, that it's not really a fire hydrant.
No.
It's a nozzle for a very, very impressive flamethrower disguised to look like a fire hydrant, which means that the metal is not particularly thick at all. Give me a couple of seconds.
Please tell me I damaged it.
You didn't damage it, dude. You blew it the fuck up.
Yes!
Oh no.
Okay,
Wait.
so now,
Oh no.
what you know, when you rolled that grenade across and you expected a boom, you got a bigger boom.
Collateral.
Yeah, so it's more like it's impressive than it is actually, you know, damaging, because the high explosive of a grenade actually does the damage, but there is a really impressive fireball, which, needless to say, sends bodies like Skittles flying over Jen. Okay.
Skittles.
And then there is what's left is a very nicely blacked out fire hose, okay, still pumping fuel, but flapping all over the show while it actually spews fuel left, right, and center. It starts going a bit. In fact, there's quite a good chance, actually, Jen, that it might catch you.
Okay. This
My bad.
This hose pipe is connected to the fire hydrant. The fire truck.
Fire
correct?
truck, yes.
Yeah.
It was initially blacked out so that you couldn't see it going across the concrete,
Right.
but it is literally still pressurized. It's still spewing stuff all over the show.
In here, I was thinking they were going to use the truck with the ladder to get on top or something, chase from behind.
It was close. It's not really a fire truck.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Weevil, you
Yes.
swiftly roll away
Yes, please.
as flame lashes the area around you.
Exit. Back onto truck.
Before the onboard sensors on that fire truck realize there's an overpressure event and shut down the valve straight away.
Okay.
Okay. Needless to say, this causes quite a bit of consternation. Traffic stops. People start bailing out of cars. Others start recording. Okay.
Fucking
Stripe
straight to
uses
Instagram.
this. Yeah, Stripe uses this. Okay, hauls his truck to the side, and then all of those cars that have stopped now starts nudging his way through, bumping them one left, one right, as he goes down the median, trying to get away. He's running at about 10 to 15 kilometers an hour. Okay, probably a bit slower. But unfortunately, there are 2 people who are left in the back who have to now try and catch up to that truck. Stripe does not seem as though he wants to stop.
Okay. Athletics check.
Okay,
Oh, it's not a 1. Okay.
it's not that bad. I'm just making sure you don't stuff up here, because that'll be embarrassing and everybody.
12 plus 4, so 16.
You're there. Not a problem. I just want to see if Taryn stuffs up now as well.
Torrent.
All right.
Everyone
So I'm
alive.
rolling, yes?
Yeah. Basically,
Here
we
it
want to see if
comes.
you roll a
Here's
one
the
and
fuck up.
No,
Okay,
the fuck
fine.
up. Yay!
Okay, so the truck starts moving, you guys catch up to it, sling yourselves back up, and drive on through. Congratulations, guys, you have survived the first round. Well, the first
Encounter.
adventure, for want of a better term. I could have,
Do anything.
I could award improvement points, but to be honest, there's very little point, because you guys are going to ditch these characters eventually, maybe.
I'm already
okay,
attached. I'm already
I
emotionally
love
invested.
Tarrant.
Why would we?
Okay,
What's that
fair
gonna happen?
enough. In that case,
He's gonna kill us off, Danny.
yeah, one by one.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a boring first event, so what I'll do is I'll give everybody 5 points. It's not huge. There's not much you can do with that, but it's
What,
something
5
to
what points, sorry?
improvement points. Basically, you need
Okay.
10 improvement points to get a 1 in any different skill. And you'll need like 20 or 30 to actually up a skill. So 5 is
Put that right at
pretty
the bottom
much
somewhere.
nothing.
Right, notes.
Okay.
There we go.
You get nothing.
Thank you.
Gotcha there. For those of you who are stuck in the truck, I'm sorry, it was supposed to be boring when you were stuck in the truck. You just weren't supposed to stay in the truck to start with. The whole idea was everybody goes out the truck. I use the flames to make them think that this is a bad idea, and nobody went out the truck.
Well, I asked if it was
So
a trap,
wait.
and you said no. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll say yeah.
No,
So
it makes
don't
perfect
use
sense.
the giant wall of steel moving down the street, you're saying.
It's the safest place to be. It's great.
No, that's true. Okay. That was fun, but Jesus, this rolling dice doesn't work very well. There's got to be a better way of doing it.
So what? Unless you want to roll physical dice, and then we just tell you what to roll.
Yeah,
Queenie.
that works.
I honestly, I
Oh,
don't see how rolling on Discord is any different from rolling a dice.
Slow.
I don't see how it's any different.
It's better
Satisfying.
because then you can make sure the DM's not fudging.
I feel like I
Yeah.
feel like it's about just as long, except no one annoyingly keeps throwing off the table or hitting the minute.
That's
It's just true. I mean, we all use digital in the D-Twin. D&D
we've all
Beyond
just-
anyway.
Real life.
And it does the math for us.
Yes.
There's
It's
a-
exactly, it does everything for you, which is great.
Okay, there's that to it as well. But what I'm also thinking of is, yeah, shit, no, it wouldn't work. But like, if you have like a roll d10 plus d6 plus d3 plus d2,
Which you can do.
which you can do, that you just have copy pasted, it means that whatever you do, there's a multiple roll that's happened, and then you just pick the one that's useful. So, how to explain it?
Oh yeah, so you could have D10 plus D6 plus D3, and then you just know which one's in which bracket.
Yes. So let's say you have copy pasted roll d6, d10 plus d6 plus d3.
Yeah.
And you just roll that every single time. Now, if you're shooting somebody, you just use the 10. If you're doing damage, you just use the 6. If
Yeah,
you
but
want to
then-
figure out,
But then you have to do it like multiple times. Like if we do 5d6 plus 3 damage on a shot.
shit, good point.
Yeah. So for stat wise, it's fine. You know, for location, it's fine. It's just when it comes to damage, then.
No, but damage is always going to be the same. So, like, you know, my rifle does 5d6 plus 1. Okay, so I've got,
paste.
like,
You got to save it on the
Yes.
side. Yeah.
like literally, I've got Excel up in front of me, and each cell has a different roll. So when I do a roll 10, I pick the roll, you know, that particular cell, and I copy paste.
Yeah.
When it's damage, I've got the roll d6 plus 1, and I just copy paste that instead. Like, it's all up there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not a bad way of doing it.
I mean,
but
hell,
it's-
we could have actually copied it straight from the sheet. I could have just gone copy.
If only
Right
there
there.
wasn't like an app that everyone could see, that you could just click a button to roll a dice.
Mm.
There is actually an app like that, but I can't remember it.
But I mean, one that we would all be able to see.
Does
Yeah,
everybody have
true.
Tabletop Simulator?
I'm not sure if it's
No.
tabletop.
Anyway, guys, I need to disappear.
Just
Yeah.
room.
Actually, you
Okie
guys-
dokie.
Goodbye.
He was
See ya.
Okay.
I
Cheers,
don't know
everybody.
Goodbye.
Thanks a lot for that. Enjoy the
Okay,
rest
so
of the day.
so we'll look at dice rolling options and see what we can find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do think the Discord is fine, but you know, we can get something fancier.
I mean, Tabletop Simulator isn't that expensive. It's not expensive. I know money constraints like for Danny, for you, and stuff like that. Well, I've got it already.
I think I've got a tabletop simulator. I can't remember which one.
The thing is, though, we could share it like on the viewer, but then one person's
But then
designated
do it
roller.
You
The
know,
one person's a roller the whole time.
That might also work, actually.
I've got tabletop simulator.
There's an idea, actually. What you could do is you could have, say, like Danny rolls d10s for everyone.
Yeah.
And then Weevil rolls 1d6 for everyone.
Yeah.
Shry rolls 2d6, 3d6, d6, etc.
Mm.
Well, some of us do type out faster than others, so I mean, we could just have the
That's true.
designated typer for rolling. You know.
That's true as well, actually. That'll work. But I'm sure we'll get through to this. I don't know. From my side, it felt like I was doing a hell of a lot of talking, which I'm okay with because I'm free.
Well, you're the DM, isn't that what you meant?
It's a jib.
But
Okay. All right,
did
Nick.
everybody
Sorry,
else feel that they were connected in at least?
it was great. I enjoyed it. I just
I-
wanted
I-
For you and Robert was okay. It's everybody else
Yeah.
I'm worried about. So shut up.
We participated.
We
We were
care.
there.
Stop connecting.
I actually just
Yeah.
want to ask Danny, time wise, is 8 p.m. our time too soon for you?
Beth's not going to join because it is, but I mean, I think we already have 6 people anyway. I mean, it's fine for me, but I just didn't know that you guys were actually doing the whole orientation thing today.
Okay.
So that threw me off.
It was
'Cause,
a bit spur of the moment. I mean, literally, we're talking about this on what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, yesterday we decided on the
Again,
day,
it
but I
happened-
didn't
it
know
happened
we were
very
starting.
quickly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was discussed in the WhatsApp and on the Discord.
So at least
I didn't see the Discord. I wasn't on yesterday, so.
as a proof of concept, at least it does seem to work. I'm okay with doing this again next week. I don't know about everybody else.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
fine with
fine
that.
for
Yeah.
next week.
I mean, like now that I know it's happening from now, then it's fine. I didn't know we were starting so soon.
Okay.
I was worried that it was too soon, that you hadn't got back from work, or you still had other
No,
stuff to do.
I'll be all right for Thursdays at 6 o'clock. It's all right because it's 6 o'clock my time here,
Okay.
so that's fine for me. But yeah, Festival is a
problem.
bit conjoined anyway because he only ends work at 6. So
Okay. All right.
Right, I'm definitely time for to be off. I'm gonna message each of you guys individually, just to see if there's something to point out. Basically, how I envisioned the characters, but more importantly, to see how you guys want them to go as well.
Cool.
Yeah, that's about it.
Any note I would add is to say that I think my guy should knit. It seems like a Russian thing to do, where you look manly even though you're knitting.
Well, being an older gentleman as well, that would probably fit in quite well, because it's like something of patience, He just like sits there and just like, yeah.
You can knit hats for cats.
To be very honest, though, when it comes to Drex, he could probably make his own clothes, make his own. Yeah, he's. He can do shit.
I was just thinking, the other thing maybe we could do.
You're basically future Tyrion, Peter.
Yeah, pretty much. What happens if I do this?
And he was never seen from again.
No, he's got
No,
fired.
so I mean, who am I sharing my screen with now?
Yeah, we could see it.
Nothing, but we can watch
Nobody.
stream if
It's-
we want to.
Well, it's still loading, so on my side.
Live.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
oh,
Okay.
there we go.
So I mean, this is just a Google thing. You can pick your dice here. Like I can pick a D8. Okay. You get rid of the D20. I can roll this D8. There's a D10.
But can you roll
You
5?
guys see what I'm doing?
You can.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can add
Okay.
multiple dice to it, John. But the thing is, can you also? Well, I guess you could just add the plus whatever later. So if you do 5d6 damage plus 3.
Ah.
It's better than actually rolling.
No, that is pretty cool.
And I think everyone could share their screen like this probably.
Very, very good point. Peter, what is that? Share the link to Discord.
All I did was type roll dice online into Google.
And that's Google itself. You can see that's open in front.
This is just Google.
Yeah.
And then I just said share my Google window.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, that's right. Roll dice. Oh my goodness, it's that easy.
Now, how do I see you? Are you sharing it right now?
I'm not. I don't know how to. So, what? Click on your name. Oh, screen share your screen.
Rue has
Down
sent
the-
us one. rolldicewithfriends.com.
Okay, so maybe that'll work.
Alright, let's have a quick look at that one then.
Okay. Quick question: are you guys seeing me sign Peter?
Yeah,
I can see you've gone live.
I'm trying to. I'm seeing it
I
now.
can see you, John. I can see.
Yes.
Cool bananas. That's not good. That means you guys can see what I'm.
But I mean, do we get one person to roll and we have one live feed, or are we going to...
Click on the D6 to take it away.
Cool bananas.
Oh, guys, check out Roll Dice with Friends. Alright, I'm going to drag this over. I'm going to show it to you quickly. Alright, I'm going to go live. I said go live. Video.
Good.
I'm looking at you, Weeble.
Yeah.
Thanks. Do you see...
I can see your nose and your lips, and I wish I couldn't.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes. So we can make. So if you're looking at roll dice with friends, or are you looking at?
Your face.
Oh, you're
Sort
looking.
of.
Okay, I can't see that. That's why. Okay, it's not sharing. Share your screen. Okay. Boop. Sorry, I was busy looking at my Twitch. That's why I couldn't figure out what was going on there.
Stop twitching, Nick. Okay, seems to be taking quite a bit of time.
Come on.
Might not be worthwhile. I like Peter's one.
Just use like get Peter to share and then you
Roll
always
dice
have
with
Peter roll.
friends.
I'm looking at what fake Danny is doing, but he's not rolling any dice. He's just cleared his thing.
Oh,
Oh,
I
it's,
just wanna-
guys, oh, it's at the top. Go to the top.
Oh, so in other words, we're seeing.
Oh, I've turned. Okay, let me turn that off and then go to screen. There we go.
Roll dice with friends.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So if we call it geekage.
okay, so then we can all join this in together.
Yeah. And then, okay, so then we go 5d10. But you can't add the plus in it unless, of course, you go.
That's okay.
What's that? Okay, that's other dice. Okay, that's not a problem. So, can you guys get into that then if we call it geekage? Do you all see that?
I'm taking a bit of time to get into dicewithfriends.com.
I have no idea if I'm here with you. Did you just roll a 24?
Yes.
10, 7, 1.
Yeah, can you roll your own dice now?
What's the room called again?
Geekage.
Geekage.
Let's try.
There we go. You can see yours now.
That works.
I
Six.
rolled a d6.
Oh, you can change your name. There we go. That's good.
Why would Dallas Dice Roller?
Yeah, no,
I
you
Dallas Dice Roll.
yeah, change your name at the
what?
top.
Oh,
So watch.
Everyone.
Ah,
is
okay.
Okay,
How do
there
you
we go.
change
See,
your name?
at the top it says name.
Okay. That's cool.
oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah.
Donna, you
Yeah.
it works pretty well.
Yeah, it does work pretty well, and it does seem to be a little bit faster as well, which I like.
Yeah, it adds it up. You can pick which dice.
And then we just have to remember to add, like, for example, it says, 5d6 plus 3, then we just have to remember to add the 3 to that.
Jeepers.
All right.
That's an-
I'm starting a game of 3-man.
And we're drunk.
Yeah.
That's a really cool idea. We should totally do that. Oh, shit.
Get the hat! Get the hat!
I'm good.
I like that. I think this will work definitely.
It's 2d6. 2d6, Danny.
Cheating.
There we go.
It's called 3-man, damn it. So 3 dice, right?
Oh, geez, she's gonna die if we roll 3 dice.
Oh, that'd be fun though.
We did actually do that a couple of times.
Okay, well, fair enough. Definitely, we this next. It does look a lot easier than typing out roll each time.
Cool. We'll just remember it then. Nice.
And I'll see you all on Thursday then.
Cool.
Cheers,
Cool.
bye.
Catch
Bye.
you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was super eventful. Okay, guys. We're gonna go. Who's on? Oh, Xavier. Whoa, I'm seeing like multiples of multiples there. Hey, let's go. Let's go raid. Hey guys, you all have a great day. Have a great morning. Have a great night. Ciao. 1